use it, but sure.
The inspiration you can use to make yourself not dead.
No.
What if we pool all of our remaining inspiration tokens? Can we resurrect Z?
No.
Also no.
I promise you, I have
No.
Not
put
how
this
this
through with
works.
Cypher to no end. There is no way.
I know.
There
there's
is no way.
I'm still sad about it anyway.
All right.
I need sad music. Hold on.
So, we're gonna go ahead and just go straight into the game. You guys just defeated Nihilus Unbound, and currently, you see he's beginning to get pulled back into that giant black sun. There's just one issue here. Who all can breathe in space?
Me.
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 Daito can.
I cannot.
Keel cannot. Daito can.
I think
Z
everyone.
can't.
Don't you have the breathing thing, Tanner?
No.
Yeah, I have...
You don't. Well, hold on. Let me see if that's self. I didn't actually open my sheet yet.
You don't have an impermeable spacesuit?
I don't.
Oh.
Ooh.
He didn't take
I don't actually
Mandalorian
have the
armor.
impermeable spacesuit either. I have the Mandalorian armor.
You get that with the Mandalorian armor.
Yep. But Tanner doesn't have it. So
That's okay. Hold on. I'm looking to see if my breath control thing. I think it's self only, but I'm gonna double check. My sheet's loading.
So Tanner's gonna die.
We'll see.
It is self.
yeah, it's I think I know which one you're talking about. It is definitely
It's called
self.
breath control.
Okay. Then we'll get back to that in just a hot second.
Oh, Tanner's gonna die.
Hmm.
No, it's fine.
But yeah, the planet, as he is being yanked back into the star, the planet begins to crack and rumble as it is literally falling apart and being pulled into the same star. You guys, those who are able to breathe in space, I'm gonna need some strength checks.
I'll make one.
Are we standing on anything, or are we floating?
Yeah, look. This was just for.
I'm just
this was just for
asking,
show. Yeah,
'cause-
no, you guys can find ground to stand on, but it is
Strength.
starting to fall apart. So I need the strength checks to see how well you can stand on it.
Can I use this to hold the ground together that we're standing on?
You can use it to hold a foot by a foot.
Can that
but
give me advantage on my strength
No.
check?
No, this is the literal surface of the planet that's falling apart. You can't hold that together.
It's regular
only
strength
weakness.
check, not save, right?
It is a strength check, not a save.
Oh, sorry. Hold on then. I rolled a save. Hiya! I get a bonus on those.
Cool.
Okay, so the DC was for the moment is 10. I am gonna pull up Daito's sheet and roll for him too, just to make
If
sure.
you want to, if you want to give it to me, I can do his rolls.
Absolutely not.
Okay.
Sit there and look pretty.
Okay.
Oh no.
Oh no! You sure you don't want me to roll that there, big dog?
He only has a +1. There's nothing I can do about that.
He has a jetpack. If that makes a difference. He's
It
got full Mando
does.
gear, so I also have a jetpack.
Yeah, if you have jetpacks or any way of
Yeah,
actually
never mind,
changing
he's
your
dead.
movement, you get.
I was
Count
gonna
of how
Yeah.
many times.
He has
Count of,
rocket boots, and then I was like, wait, no, sorry.
count of how many
Also
times
have-
Katie forgets that Z is dead.
There's probably gonna be
One.
more than one.
Here, let me get a counter wrap
Oh
up.
my
I got
God.
this.
Oh my god.
But as the world is falling apart, those of you who have the ability to move around using jetpacks or things like that get advantage on this. Again, the DC was just 10, so it's not terrible. You start seeing chunks of this thing flying into the star, but Unbound Nihilus is not going away. He keeps pulling himself out of it, and he continues to try and fight.
Bruh.
You guys receive a message, and it is from Freychek. And all he says is, he will not escape me this time. Chimera Squad, it has been an honor.
No.
Now, if you'll excuse me.
Check too.
And you see the Starforge begin to plummet into the star
Get him.
and suck that bitch dry.
Get him.
Katie, like, oh no, not Freycheck. We thought Freycheck was evil up until the final battle.
I didn't
Until
think
the
he was
final moment?
evil.
Yeah, I know.
I thought he
Up
was
until
cool.
this moment,
Only
up until
Judas
this
thought he was
very
evil.
moment, Judas thought he was gonna kill him. So you know what? Change of heart, finally.
I'm
Funny,
sad.
funny thing, not at no time was he going to kill Judas. Not once.
Just,
He
yeah,
wasn't
sorry.
even
The
evil.
choking and holding him off the ground by the neck part. That's
Oh.
not very convincing that you were on the same
Players
side.
do that all the time. It's called intimidation.
True.
I call it
Um,
kinky.
True. Anyway, on that note, but yeah, he
All of
begins
our
to
friends.
absorb the star, and as it does, the star begins to shrink, and almost like the portal that's holding this thing open, he begins to get pulled back into it. And eventually, the sun is absorbed entirely into the Starforge, and then the entire thing just explodes. And there you go.
Well, I'm depressed. Cypher's killing all of our friends.
That's
Yeah.
so dope.
Friend is
How
a
does
Yo, that is sick
You know,
art,
he was an
dude.
AI. I don't know about
That's
friend.
sick.
He's
He
a
was
little bit-
actually
my
not.
friend.
He was a man.
He was
Oh,
a
yeah.
real dude. We
Well-
met him in person.
Yeah, well, he was a tortured
kind
prisoner.
of a man.
So many people,
was-
like, you know.
He was a dude.
He was in.
Disguised
as a dude portraying another dude.
Did you say he was a dude? He was like the size of like a billion of us put together.
He was a dude.
Katie, he either was a dude or he was not a dude, and therefore you can't have both.
Yeah, it is organic dude or not
I
dude.
just feel like saying a dude is kind of downplaying him a little.
Eh,
I made him. I can call him whatever I
he's
want.
an
I know.
old dude.
But yeah, the Starforge erupts in a bright, brilliant light as it turns into literal dust. But the sun collapses and no longer exists.
As Freycheck disappears, I go, can I get one spell slot? No, okay, bye.
No. Okay. And eventually you guys are in space for an unknown amount of time. Tanner, since you don't breathe in space, I'm gonna just go ahead and say start rolling me some death saves.
Okay.
Can I grab him and start jetpacking to the ship?
Well, you don't know where the ship is.
Can't we see it?
Yeah, but it's far away. It's coming to you,
Beam
but
me
it's
up,
gonna take
Scotty.
some time.
I'm gonna phase
Go
walk
ahead and
to
make
it.
me one death save and let's see what happens.
So I do have one free knock up to one left,
Mhm.
if that matters.
Do we know
You
that he's
can.
rolling death saves?
All right.
Hold on. Is he within 50 feet of me?
Does not count for death saves.
I
Death saves
put
are
that
its
Can,
evidence in
uh,
the chat. It does.
can-
Death saves are their own thing.
Do I know that he's rolling death saves?
You will. Yeah, he's struggling to breathe.
Okay,
His
can I
eyes
cast-
are
can I
his
cast-
eyes are
can I cast
the
something?
vessels in his eyes are literally popping. Sure.
You get advantage on death saves.
Ooh, interesting.
Roll
Ooh.
again.
Sure, I'll let it.
Oh
Well-
my god! Is this the right one?
Zeech strikes again.
No,
you
sorry,
forgot?
hold on.
It
I think it's this
happens.
one.
Doesn't matter.
Roll again.
Nope.
There it
It's
is.
not.
It's that one. It's
Do I
that
have
one.
a thing for death saves?
Yes,
You
Yes.
sure?
it doesn't help.
You
It's the same one I have. We talked about it. It doesn't help you unless you roll a
It
19.
doesn't. Oh, that's funny.
No, I thought I
use
got one
Daito's
as
Portent dice.
All right. Okay, but this isn't the aura of protection because it's not the same. Unless it has the exact same effect.
But anyway, just let it ride. It'll be fine.
All right, that's.
It's
fine.
only one fail.
It's only one fail. Go ahead and make me another save because it's been more than
You
6
get
seconds.
advantage.
Yeah.
Ooh, thank God.
Okay, that's a good. Okay, you passed. Cool. The ship is getting closer. I'll take one more death save, please.
I'm just gonna do this.
Just roll 2d20s.
Yeah.
There we go. Okay.
Bro, if you kill Keel, I am leaving and not coming back.
I kill him through just the power of
I'm just
space.
gonna put my fucking helmet on his head, and I'll roll death saves.
Well, don't worry about it because the ship does get there.
I'm gonna like, I'm phase walking him in there. I don't care. I'm doing
Yeah.
something.
You guys are able to get onto the Oblivion without much issue. And once they finally close the door, you know what? Fuck it. The door. There's still no oxygen in the space hold for the moment.
Can I slow time?
death save.
I would
got
like
you.
to slow time onto the ship.
You're
Why
gonna
are you
get
trying
there.
to kill him? Nah,
It's fun.
he's got 2 fails.
It's
Yeah,
his last chance to kill
It's his
someone.
last chance.
Okay, we're good.
14.
fine.
He's fine.
Bro, you're stressing me out. We just started. Can you chill?
No. But yeah, you guys get in. They repressurize the cabin as fast as they can, and eventually you guys are fine. Tanner, your eyes are bloodshot to death, but you're alive.
Too close.
Everybody is alive.
Well,
I have a
And-
glass of milk, please.
well,
Random lavender moonshine.
Everybody that matters is alive.
Make him roll another death
Wow.
save with. Wait. Make him roll another death save for the lavender moonshine.
I'm not
Please.
drinking
Not
moonshine.
No, absolutely not.
Peacock's drinking it.
All right.
Also, you're the worst, Cypher.
Sorry. But yeah, you guys make it on. Everybody on there is licking their wounds, tending to whoever is alive. Couple of people are currently experiencing some extreme PTSD, including but not limited to Cece, V's sister. Henny is actually having a mental breakdown. You know, dying does that to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Mitra is actually trying to console Revan because, you know, that's
Yeah, sure.
a lot. Mandalore is shaken, but still keeping himself together.
Attaboy.
Dude, we came back. We look fucked up, I'm sure.
And as soon as you guys get on the ship, I will say you were able to retrieve Z's body. I'll let you have
Thank
that.
God. Okay, good.
But as soon as you get back on the
Just
ship,
carrying him. Dibs.
Zay comes running in and goes, "Where is Z?"
Daito's obviously carrying.
It's
Yeah,
fair
Daito.
enough.
It's
Daito
100%
absolutely.
Daito.
Carrying
Daito.
Keel. Keel
I'm
is
sorry.
dying outside.
Yeah,
Be
Keel
careful.
probably can't stand up.
One more time for the road.
Yeah!
I'm gonna cry.
Damn.
Pedro
I'm making
Pascal
myself
right now.
cry at
He's
this
like,
point.
yeah, exactly.
but yeah, Zay comes running in looking for Z and then sees his body. And she just breaks down.
And like she, weirdly enough, like
Grabs him from Daito and just holds him and cries. And Threg also is kind of doing the same thing, but he, instead of holding Avo's body, which is no longer there, he's just holding the gun that she gave, or the knife that she gave him.
When they got married.
Yeah.
Bro.
God damn.
There's like so many people I need to comfort and I can't comfort them all at once.
However, a very familiar droid by the name of Pascal walks up to the party and just holds out a bundle to Ryko.
A bundle?
Yep. It appears to be a small package.
Like a box or
It is
fabric? Like a fabric
it is a bundle of what appears to be papers.
I take the papers.
It just kind of takes its hand, puts it up to where its face would be, and then makes a smile, like drawing a smile with its finger, and then walks back off.
I look at the papers.
It is labeled The Last Will and Testament of Z.
Stop.
Ryan, would you like to go ahead and read?
I was gonna ask.
I'm
Wait.
already
I was gonna
crying.
ask you.
There is
This fucked
also
up.
There is also one letter for each person in the party and Zay. So
Aw.
Ryan, if you would like to, please go ahead and read.
Do we want to do letters or the will first?
Start with the will first.
The last will and testament of Zolkadir Syndulla, aka Z.
Who?
I, Zolkadir Syndulla, hereafter shall be referred to as Z, son of Ryloth and Mandalorian warrior of Clan Chimera, fighter of the Mandalorian cause, being of sound mind, not acting under duress or undue influence, and fully understanding the nature and extent of all my property and of this disposition thereof, do hereby make, publish, and declare this document to be my last will and testament. By the laws of Mandalore the Ultimate, I do hereby revoke and... there's a word missing. Anyways, revoke all other wills and codicils made by me. 1. Expenses, debts, and inheritances. Having no debts or expenses from my life left over, I do hereby donate any wealth that I have accumulated to be split between the Mandalorian foundlings to help pay for training, armor, and all other expenses, payments, or other transactions necessary as to their training, and the protection of the children of the freedom fighters known as the Ryloth guerrillas, being underprivileged and living under constant threat of being stolen from their homes and families to be sold throughout the galaxy to the worst hives of scum and villainy. These children deserve a life of protection. I do further direct my personal representative and the executor of my estate, hereinafter appointed, to ensure the proper and right settlement, payment, and otherwise execution of my estate laid bare hereinafter. 2. Personal representative. I do hereby nominate and appoint Zay, War Master of the Mandalorians, as personal representative and the executor of my estate. Disposition of property. I do hereby devise, and bequeath my remaining property, aside from the above listed donation, both real and personal and wherever situated, as follows. First beneficiary. To my most beloved Zay, I leave my Archaeotech pistol and hidden blade. These weapons have protected me time and again, and may they do the same for you as I would have. I also leave my Mandalorian armor. As I am still a novice in the ways of the Mandalore, I wish that you either keep the armor, donate it back to the Forge to be used for new foundlings, or given to the way of the Mandalorian culture and custom, whichever carries the most weight. Should none of these options prove adequate in your eyes, as both my love and the executor of my estate, do with the armor as you will. Second beneficiary, to my oldest friend and brother, Vidunzi Sakura, aka V, and his sister Cece, I do hereby leave our beloved droid and companion, DZ11, aka Dizzy, and any components we have collected for his benefit. I do also leave my Slicer's kit, Astromech implements, and Gadgeteer's implements for the benefits of Cece as you both see fit. Third beneficiary, to my found family of Clan Chimera and Chimera Squad. To Ryko, you became a sister to me. You and Keel helped me find my way. I first leave you my sonic pistol, the weapon that I found on that goddess-forsaken research station, and perhaps the weapon that helped me first earn your respect when we were on Korriban fighting the cult. May it bring you as much joy as it brought me. I also leave the wrist pad we took from the chist that were hunting you. May it serve you well, however you plan to finish that fight. To Keel, a trusted counselor and a newfound brother. Thank you for accepting me into your family. I can never repay you or Ryko for allowing me to fight for Mandalore by your side as an equal. I leave you my energy whip and vibro rapier. Each an elegant weapon in its own right, only a warrior as proficient as you could possibly know how best to use them. To Daito, my best friend and also newfound brother. Thank you for believing in me when no one else would. You accepted me for who I was and without any kind of proof as to who I was. I leave you my shimmer shield and hooked vibro blade. May these protect you as they protected me during some of our team's darkest moments. To ACOG, the smartest wise ass in the entire galaxy and quite possibly the best/worst gambler of all time. I leave you my lucky sabacc deck, light slug pistol, and forgery kit. All useful, sentimental, or both. I know that only usefulness is what you. I know that only usefulness is what you look for. May you find and use these to their fullest. To Judas, despite our rocky start, still a protector in your own right. I leave you my shield and a wrist rifle. The wrist rifle was one of the 2 weapons I left Ryloth with and has gotten me out of many next to impossible situations. Adding a shield into that and you may become near unstoppable. To Quiet, I leave the first weapon I ever fought you with, my chakram. You taught me that the only way to find my place in the Mandalorians was to pick myself up by the bootstraps and plunge myself into service. This chakram is a ceremonial weapon, serving as a reminder of reliability when all other options have failed. May you be ever as sharp as it and return quickly to the fray. To Thrag, I leave my heavy pistol. I commandeered this from a weak way who no longer had any need of it during my first real solo job as a bounty hunter on a Loxor. It's no sniper rifle, but it was a perfect sidearm for me in tight spaces. May you never find need of it, but know that it's there. All other assets, property, and possessions, both real and personal, and wherever situated, to be dealt with as seen fit by my personal representative and executor. Final requests. All other affairs having been put in order, I leave with one final request to Mandalore the Ultimate, though not without gratitude. I know our start came as a surprise, and a rocky one at that, but you came to trust and believe in me. I cannot thank you enough for that kindness. You know that I was on a crusade to free and, if possible, end the slavery of Twi'leks in the galaxy, and hopefully lead into the liberation of any enslaved beings and end slavery throughout the galaxy. I wish to humbly request that, in order to achieve that end, an alliance be made between my 2 cultures, the culture of my birth on Ryloth and my accepted and adopted culture of the Mandalorians. I believe that, with the cooperation of our worlds, we can eradicate slavery in the galaxy. Further, if you would appoint V as ambassador, I would be eternally grateful. I know that he would serve that end better than I could ever hope to. By the laws of both Mandalore and Ryloth, I do leave this last will and testament. It is considered binding and in full force. For Ryloth, for Mandalore, Z Syndulla.
Okay. And again, there is one letter for each of the party members. So if anybody would like, he can read that one for you, or I can send you in person what he wrote. That is up to you guys.
This is kind of his episode, so I think he gets to choose.
It's okay. I'm gonna put it up to you guys. If you guys want me to read it to you, then I will. Otherwise, you guys can read it.
Yeah.
For
Okay.
the YouTube video.
Okay.
All right.
Read it.
I'm already sobbing. I'm sad.
All right, go ahead, Ryan.
Okay. Wrapped in a bundle on Z's bed, you find letters with the name of each member of Chimera Squad and a note attached to them. In the event that I don't make it back, I hope that these letters find the rest of you alive and well despite everything. Thank you all for your influence on my life. For Mandalore. Each letter is handwritten on paper and signed by Z with a quickly drawn sketch of Chimera Squad sigil. Who wants to go first?
Rollies.
Roll for it.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Someone roll a d6.
Okay.
Dibs. 2.
All right, Keel.
Okay.
Thank you for showing me the ways of the Mandalorian. Your patience in bringing me into the family did not go unnoticed, and I hope that my efforts to protect them as you did not go unnoticed in your eyes. May you and find Ryko find the peace and prosperity in the Temple of the Torix and beyond it that you both deserve.
Okay. Reroll.
Reroll on ones.
Who's rolling? Or am I just rolling all of them?
Go.
Roll.
Sure.
5.
Judas! Thank you for always protecting our family. I thought you a traitor and could not have been more wrong. Thank you for always putting your life on the line, even if you didn't always need to make sure that we were all safe otherwise.
Okay.
Judas is
Again?
definitely bawling in his room.
Now a D4.
3.
3?
Yep.
1, 2. ACOG! Thank you for snapping me back to reality when I needed it most. You may be coarse on the outside, but you have this knack for knowing how and when to pull people out of a funk.
Okay. Another D4, rerolling on ones.
Yep.
4.
1, 2,
be the last one.
Yeah. Zay, to my only love in the galaxy, may you know that I will forever love you, even beyond death. Never give up on the dream that you shared with me on Mandalore and Terrace. Find your peace, War Master.
Okay.
Okay, D2.
D2.
2.
Okay, Daito. Thank you for believing in me. You were always there for me whenever you were able. You were always so selfless and willing to defend me despite all my flaws. I will be forever indebted to you.
And last.
Raiko, thank you for your acceptance and the respect shown to me these last 2 years. I know I didn't really make much of a case to deserve it, but you gave it, even if unwillingly at first. And there's a little winky face on the letter. Your strength has been nothing short of a miracle for our little family, and your resilience in combat and in life have inspired me to higher ideals, and I hope you get to see those one day yourself.
As you all are
Stop!
reading these letters, even though Threg is currently indisposed with his own grief, Pascal will take you all home.
Is
And
this freight
you-
check?
What's that?
Is this freight check?
No, Pascal was one of the 3 droids you guys repaired back in the day.
Oh, that drag did?
Yep.
Yep.
They were the
And-
3 armed droids that we attacked when we kidnapped the ship.
Mhm.
Yep,
Where's,
and
like,
you
is
repaired them,
Henny
and
here?
Pascal became part of the crew and helped out Avo quite a lot, actually. Henny is here. I just don't have her token,
Okay.
but she's there. She's currently getting, treated as best she can for any wounds that she may have acquired. But she's not doing great.
I'm gonna go check on her while we're leaving.
That's all right. As the ship re-enters the orbit of Mandalore, you guys notice at some point that the fleet that returns with you is probably about 15% of what went. Everybody else was either killed or destroyed.
Jesus.
As the ship lands, Mandalore doesn't even get to say anything. They immediately calls for any and all available working hands to begin this enormous funeral session. Mandalore just agrees and gets out of her way. Over the next couple of days or weeks, the bodies that were retrieved are brought to the center to be buried or burned per request. And Z being one of the bodies, Zay requests Mandalore that he be buried in the Tomb of the Fallen, which has only been known to house those fallen Mandalore leaders. He gives this request and agrees. Beneath the large city, you all see a funeral where Z's body is entombed in stone in the halls where Mandalores have been tombed before. And I will pull it up real quick just for shows.
Oh,
And-
sick.
And above his specific sarcophagus, they create a statue of him in his very final moment, smiling and looking at everybody just like he always did before. If anybody would like to do anything now, please do. If there are any loose ends you would like to talk to, you may. Otherwise, I am going to do a quick time cut. So please.
I think
Anything
I
you
gave
would
you
like to
all
do?
of my loose ends in my epilogue.
You did.
So
So I'll do a couple of my own loose ends. per request, Mandalore will go ahead and abolish the slave camps that he had promised to do before, but had not had the ability to due to the severity of the war. But he will follow through. He will also go ahead and give V a diplomatic role, not necessarily representative, but at least a role that maybe he can find some common ground. Henny will say goodbye to Raiko as a Chiss ship enters orbit and come to collect her.
Bad.
You can go visit.
However,
I can't.
she cannot.
You can
That was
visit
part of
each
the
other
agreement.
somewhere else.
That was part of the agreement. And Revan and Mitra are going to leave, both going to bring Alec back home to have him buried in, or, well, at least remembered. His body was never retrieved.
I think Raiko would say bye to Revan before he goes too.
Yeah, they'll say their goodbyes. Mandalore, however, is not seen for several days as he is in grief. Though the party disliked him, Cassis was aboard Freycheck during the final moments.
Good riddance! Finally, some good news. God damn!
Dude, I can see it now on the
God.
ship. Freycheck's like,
Oh, thank
goodbye,
God.
everyone, and Cassis is like, what?
What?
What do you mean? Freycheck, stop, turn around.
Actually, funny you mentioned that because Cassis was actually the one flying the ship. He was the one who said, "Nah, we fucked this up."
He would say that, though. That's fair.
Yeah, absolutely. So Mandalore is in grief of losing his best friend, as well as one of his leaders, being Z, and Avo, who was one of his confidants, who had Raiko finally trust somebody.
It also means Thrag's dad died too.
That is correct.
Yeah,
and
he lost
his mother.
his dad and his wife. Wait, what? His mom too?
His mom was part of the attack fleet. She was on the front lines and was destroyed.
Who's gonna tell Daito?
So, bruh.
That's not a one night stand.
So,
I needed a laugh, Chad. I'm sad.
so Thrag disappears for quite a while too.
I
He
think
just
Raiko would like try and check on him.
you
periodically.
never hear back from him.
She's
At
not
least
gonna
for the
stop
moment.
crying anyway.
I know. Is there anybody else? Anybody would like some closure on for the moment?
Did we find Dahaza's body?
No.
Oh, good question.
I do
Haza's
think
body was never found nor retrieved after she was sent away. So we do not know if she lived or died.
God, she's coming back in the reunion campaign.
I
So,
think
I'm
that
trying to-
ACOG does go back and personally fix V's shit.
Oh yeah, no, they fixed him up.
Yeah, but I
He's-
do it a good job.
Fair enough.
Yeah, but I do it better.
You know what's crazy is they probably did a really nice job, but ACOG is ACOG.
ACOG is ACOG.
They had him as the bicentennial man. ACOG turned him into something from Power Rangers at this point.
Oh,
yeah,
Power
let's go.
Rangers.
But okay.
Did
Then-
we find the body of the matriarch that was from the cold?
He died during the final fight.
Okay.
Uh,
I don't remember
basically-
if she got absorbed or not.
Basically, if it was an evil person, you guys had no ties to them. I just kind of wiped them off the board.
Goodbye,
and-
Zosum, for the
Bye.
final time, I hope.
So long, Gay Bowser.
So he.
I'm sorry. Wait, what? I don't know this reference.
That
It's
is
Super Mario 64, baby.
Yeah, but what's gay Bowser?
That's just what he
That's
says.
how
What
he
he says.
says. What?
What?
With the
Whoa.
Italian accent, he just says, "So long, gay Bowser."
Yeah, That's
He
literally
doesn't
what he
say
says.
so long, gay Bowser. He
It's
just says
just the
so long,
accent.
gay.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it
It's
sounds
just
like he
his
says so long,
accent,
gay
yeah.
Bowser.
The Italian adds a little eh.
It's so funny. It's become such a huge meme. I'm shocked you didn't know. Okay. On that note, we're gonna do a little time skip. 3 years is going to pass.
Oh boy.
So a long, long time.
What I know you guys sent it to me, but go ahead and tell everybody what you've been up to in the last 3 years.
Well, I have a question first.
Sure.
Does anything happen with Keel?
Oh, that's a good point.
I
Thanks for
was
reminding me.
waiting.
Thanks for reminding me.
Oh, Tanner, you bitch.
Heal. For the first 2 years
Of this 3-year stint, you just feel like something's missing
the whole time.
like you feel happy, you take care of everything, you start a temple, you have a couple of new kids who show some promise, but like no matter what you do, sometimes you'll just wake up in the middle of the night and you'll just stare out and you feel like you're missing something. And then just one day, you feel completely normal again.
That's
That
almost
hollow
scarier.
feeling is just gone.
You feel whole again. And you don't know why. But that's all that comes from that. For now.
Interesting.
But the party at the 3-year mark, wherever you've been, whatever you have been doing, wherever you have gone, you are all called back home. Zay personally sends you a message requesting that all parties of Chimera return home to say goodbye to Mandalore, as he is currently on his deathbed.
Bro.
It is we are unsure why, but some speculate it was trauma. Some speculate it could just be old age, as he was a very old man of his species. But regardless, he is on his deathbed, and he has at least requested the most trusted of his leaders to say goodbye. So if everybody wants to go, you may. If you don't want to, just let me know.
We're going.
We're all going. Okay. Yeah,
Listen,
you-
Sniper. Hey, that thing you planned? Get wrecked. I'm not going.
Chad, you can't stop this because there's nothing that you can do that would change anything. You don't have to. I will not cry about it.
Nah, I'm going.
I figured. But yeah, you guys all eventually return to the capital, depending on how far away you are, Daito included. But we're just going to leave him silent for the moment. But you all return, and you are brought to his chambers, where, for the first time ever, the man who stood above all of you and looked down on you lays in a bed, frail and sick, but does smile at you when you all come back. And he does just ask, what have you all been up to since the last time he saw you? Who would like to go first? Don't everybody jump up at once.
I have a question.
Sure.
Like, Keel and Reiko were, like, doing this temple and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, on Mandalore.
Yeah.
We wouldn't have seen him at all in 3 years.
You would have if you wanted to.
Keel
But
would have
again,
seen him
he's just
often because he's
you would
Yeah.
have.
probably leadership now, but
But you would have seen that he was getting worse. It only kicked in over the last like 6 months or so.
Okay.
But again, it's unknown for why he is dying, as he is the last one of his race, and there's really no medicine for him.
He's just getting
So
old.
they don't know what to do. And before ACOG says, "Well, I can,"
I
no,
was
shut
like,
up.
somebody get ACOG.
The answer is no. Shut up. Why
Look, I
gave him
can't
the
fix
option?
old age.
Yeah, you can't fix old and dying.
Telomeres can't extend like that.
But those who have not been on Mandalore, you would not have known this. Those who have been, for instance, Keel, because I talked about it, he being a leadership role, would have eventually seen this coming. Like, he was beginning to get slower, had to sit down more often, took more time to take care of things that normally he would be able to command very quickly. So this is not a surprise for Keel and Raiko at the very least. But yeah, if you guys want to say what you did in your little blurbs that you sent me, feel free. Otherwise, I will continue.
Oh.
Goodbye.
Oh, it was Kips. It was Kips.
Who did we lose? Oh,
It was
okay.
Kips.
It's just Kips. Fuck it. Keel and Raiko, since you guys have been here the longest, what have you all been up to?
Well,
Did
been
your
working on-
AI thing work?
it's I'm clarifying some things.
Okay.
I've been basically working on the temple the whole time. Well, I guess I do have a question. Do we go back and fight Revan in the 3 years?
No. So I'm going to explain that in a second.
I have something for that, actually.
So I'll explain that in a second, actually. I forgot to mention, a couple of things did happen that are outside of your guys' control. One, the war ended pretty much immediately.
Well, yeah,
Revan
all of
and
our
Mandalore-
forces were wiped out.
Kinda said, you know what? It's just not fucking worth it.
They trauma bonded.
Kinda. And both of them went to the council on Coruscant and basically said, y'all need to knock your shit off right now. And what happened is they white pieced. So everything that Mandalore conquered during the war, he gets to keep. So the galaxy is split. However, Mandalore, the group of planets that he has conquered, become known as the Mandalorian Sovereign, and do get a council seat in the Senate, and a big one at that. So they actually white pieced, and it's uncomfortable since a lot of people are like, we just fought you. But after a couple of years, like we talked about, they've actually become important. In fact, they become kind of like the galaxy's police officers. Anytime there's a war about to start or a dispute that becomes problematic, like planetary wide or even system wide, the Mandalorians are requested to go there to deal with it. Peacefully at first, but sometimes blood needs to be spilled. Just to remind people who they are. But being a Mandalorian is not stigmatized. It is not a negative thing. In fact, it becomes a thing of honor. So there is no more war for those of you. Raiko, near the 3-year mark, you do receive a message from your sister.
Okay.
And first things first, she has become a diplomat. She does hold some weight. And she mentions that she is currently in talks with the other houses to not open their borders, but at least become part of the galactic game.
Okay.
So they may, within the next few years, open up their borders, and in that turn, you may be able to go home. Or at least visit.
That's crazy.
It's a lot of things happen when an intergalactic threat shows up. it changes people's minds.
That's kind of a big deal, not gonna lie.
It does. It is a big deal. ACOG, I will let you know, you've told me already, but Adaska Corp has become even more of a front runner in the medical sciences. Per your request, they did stop some of their more militaristic projects and have focused primarily on their medical side. Peel, you do not hear of the cult ever again.
Yeah, I was debating if he would even care, to be honest with
you. He probably doesn't.
If they made a big enough stink, then he would just go and stomp out whatever sparks light up and then go back to his daily life. But I don't...
But as far as he knows, he has not heard of anything from the cult. If they do exist, they are very, very small and quiet. And then for Ryan, I will just let you know that per request and per the diplomatic solutions, Mandalore did send a contingent once their numbers were a little more stable to Ryloth and has a permanent force there to help.
Let's go! That's hot. That's hot.
I want to let you know, Z, that I think if you ask anyone in your will to like go and take care of like the slave problem in the universe, we would have just done it in a heartbeat. And
yeah, you all would have just fucking. Congrats!
Yeah,
here's the next campaign. We're killing slavers.
The whole thing was like, I'm tired. I don't want a war. I don't want to kill people unless I have to. I'm gonna go take like a nap for the next 3 years. But if Z told him like that's,
I'm gonna be.
Will, he would have been like, all right, bet. All right.
I'm gonna be so honest with you. I left that kind of open on purpose. I knew that the request had to go to Mandalore for like legality reasons. Yeah. But if any of you guys wanted to go and do that with Cypher's permission, I'm sure you guys went.
Oh, absolutely. Also, Judas. Due to the changes caused by Revan joining the war, and due to the fighting prowess that you have, the Jedi Council offers you the ability to join.
Yo!
Now, here's the thing.
Join the council or join the Jedi?
No. Okay. You join the Jedi.
Okay.
You would be a Padawan.
At level 20.
Worth.
But
strongest Padawan in history.
Do you want to do that?
No, he would not join as a Padawan.
He's got a better title.
Okay. I just wanted to give you the option. You could absolutely have done that. If you had, you would have been probably the only one that... I'll just give you the context. If you had joined as a Padawan, yeah, you would have had the title of Padawan, but you would have been seen as probably one of the most important people in the temple because Revan came to you for counsel. But that's okay.
Good point.
Dang.
It's okay.
It's okay. Yeah.
Are we sharing
stay
our
home.
stuff?
You may now share anything that I have not discussed outside.
Ooh.
All right, now do you want to?
Feel free.
Yeah. Post it.
Oh, okay.
Post the picture.
So Keel and Reiko, I don't know if you guys were like around for a while.
Yeah.
But Keel and Reiko walked into the room with a child in their arms.
Yo! Let's go!
Character.
Part Chiss, part human, part Sith.
Let's go.
Yo, he's so cute.
He's so cute. And we introduce him to the party as Min Zulkadir.
Oh no!
Cry about that, bitch!
Oh no!
We're crying.
Dang! Oh, we crying.
You're crying in this bitch.
I could be the only one crying.
That's good AI, by the way. That is
I
very
agree.
good.
Right?
That is really good.
Tanner's got them AI skills.
We out here.
Still can't get a Twilight worth of shit, but you
Nope.
know,
Yeah.
For real. AI hates Twi'leks for some
Alright.
reason.
it's so bad.
For real.
But I think
No
Keel's
amount.
just been working on the temple the whole time. I don't think anything else has happened.
All right,
been
yeah.
Rito's
interesting.
been
So,
helping with the temple, and I think she also was kind of like the mediator between Revan and Mandalore for the first bit after everything, like when everything was settling.
yeah, that's fine. I will let you know.
Depending
ahead.
on if there's like a particular person that catches Keel's interest that is a little bit more red than white,
Mhm.
he might take on an apprentice again, just to like
Bring the balance
he
back.
wants redemption for Dahaza because he knows he messed up, and so he
Mhm.
wants a do-over, and he wants to train them the way that they should have been trained, and not the way that he was trained and the way he forced
Right.
upon Dahaza.
Fair enough. I will go ahead and let you know that the temple is successful in its endeavors.
Yay.
It only has a handful of students, mostly because the Mandalorian people do not really have many Force-sensitive people, if at all.
Mhm.
But due to the Neo-Mandalorians and other species intermingling, some Force-sensitives do occur, and you do eventually get a following and several students.
I'm assuming it would eventually be okay to like adopt people into the Torix because it's separate than the Mandalorian culture, essentially.
Yes.
And so
Yes, absolutely.
they could just like go on little mini adventures in the universe and like bring back a couple people every once in a while.
Yeah, like you mean like missions?
Yeah. Just be like, hey, we're looking for Force sensitives that are interested in like
Yeah.
Mandalorian.
It's basically the Jedi Temple, but for Mandalorians.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Chad, what have you been up to?
I've been just chilling.
Yeah.
ACOG's been doing some stuff, but
Yeah. What's ACOG been up to?
So ACOG, for the most part, is living off on, well, it's probably like a reservation. Think the area that we had Mandalore hunting us,
Mm-hmm.
where there are creatures and things there.
Mhm.
Except for most of them are creatures he's had fun creating.
Okay.
Okay.
So you've been
Lots
doing
of-
a lot of experimentation.
A lot of experimentation,
Name one.
independent science. What?
Name one.
Name one creature.
Yep.
Creature
made-
one.
We made a baby. You gotta tell me what you made.
It's creature one
No, what does it look like?
and creature two.
Uh-huh.
Let me ask you this: has your relationship evolved at all?
I don't think we. I mean, probably yeah, but
Okay. I just wanted to know.
it depends
not a big
on
deal.
if Quiet wants to get married or something. ACOG, I don't think cares about the Mandalorian culture.
She doesn't really give a shit either. She's
that's what I
actually
thought, so-
she's just happy to be there, and if you guys have a family, you have a family. It doesn't matter.
I think that we have hundreds of creatures we take care of in a way.
I'm sure you do. You're congrats. You became the pet family.
Yeah. We bought a zoo.
We
Yeah,
bought a
basically.
zoo.
Bought a zoo.
They
to
bought
build
an
a
empty
resurrected
zoo and then
Mythosaur.
filled it with
Problem is-
ACOG's monstrosities.
Yeah, they're all of ACOG's amalgamations that he just like has because it's fun for him.
Chad is Tiger King.
Yeah, basically.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Yes.
Well, ACOG.
Personally offended.
Yep.
All right.
Did
But
Keelan
yeah, I
and
think
Rako get
that-
married?
But in addition with that,
I don't know.
I think that ACOG would have probably be on Mandalore still.
Yeah, I
Because-
assumed.
I imagine he and Quiet help with the temple off and on. Not as Force anything, but she's just stupid stealthy, you know. So
Mhm.
for anything like that. And ACOG is the only person left who knows how to put Force like technology into blades and things.
That is true.
Very
He is
good.
the only one who learned that from
You could have
Freycheck.
you could have a standard lightsaber, but if you want any other weird Force stuff
It's true. Yeah.
with Mandalorian
That's true.
technology, that's
We'll take all the
Yeah.
help we can get. We're starting
He-
a whole generation of Force
Yeah.
users here.
He did learn how to do force crafting from Freycheck of the Infinite Empire. So yeah, you would be useful there.
Wait, he
So I think-
did? That's crazy!
Yeah,
I
That's
forgot
how he
about
made the
that.
grenade.
That's how I made
That's
that
how-
insane
Oh
bullet
my
that did-
gosh.
that implied diseases to the Force.
All right.
But
Judith.
yeah, so I think I help with the firearms, explosives, general war crimes occasionally.
Yeah, I mean,
But yeah,
Cool.
I'm
Sounds
sure once in a while they come to you, especially if there's like a really nasty disease or something that they need help with that
Yeah.
you can deal with.
or if Keel and Raiko ever have a Padawan that doesn't really fit in with a lightsaber and wants a Force gun, I got you.
Fair.
Yeah, and Quiet will enjoy every moment of it. There are a couple of moments where she gets really sick of your shit, especially
That's
when
fair.
she's the one who has to feed all the damn things that you make. But for the most part, she's
Look,
happy.
there's an ecosystem; they can eat each other.
Yeah, I know.
That's concerning.
Look, man, predator and prey. The survival of the fittest.
So you didn't buy a zoo, you bought like a nature preserve.
He
That's
bought
what I
Jurassic
said.
Park.
That is exactly what I
go.
said. I have a reserve, not a zoo.
All right.
Out of
Judas.
curiosity,
Uh-huh.
did the mythosaurs ever come up again? Because I know that he took them. I don't ever know what happened to them.
So
Did I ever have to use the failsafe?
No, you never had to use the failsafe.
Okay.
I had some extra things I wanted to do, but because I started the new job and I didn't want to like run this game for another 6 months, there was some things I cut out. The mythosaurs were eventually not returned to the wild because they would be absolutely the most dangerous predator out there.
Yeah.
Invasive
However,
species times 10.
yeah, way
real.
worse now that they're part
Just
crate
10?
dragon.
They're like iguanas in
Um,
Florida.
Yeah, but can swim and burrow through the ground now, which is terrifying. But yeah, the mythosaurs were eventually one of them, the one that you had requested that be smaller and more interesting that you could teach. It was returned to you, so I assume he lives on the reservation. The rest were either put into cold storage or placed in a very, very high security like zoo so that they can
Why-
study them better.
Why do I feel like Chad is creating some Jurassic Park world that we're gonna have to deal with at some point?
Hey man, one shots exist for a reason.
Yep.
Um,
To be fair, also this never came up.
Yeah.
I want you all to know though, that lavender moonshine, if you feed it to one of the mythosaurs, I put in a failsafe when I developed them that it immediately dissolves the proteins in their heart and they die.
literally their veins turn into black ooze and then just collapse
if
in
you
their bodies.
feed it to who?
The mythosaurs.
mythosaurs.
Oh,
In case Cass has ever tried to turn them on us or anything, I was like, nah, we ain't having this.
that is fucking smart.
Honestly, it was a very fun like little mini session that he and I had, and there was so many things that I was like, oh god, how does this function now?
We had a good time.
It was
What
a very
happened?
good time.
Chad created
Chad
a
built a
failsafe for the
failsafe
mythosaurs
in the
where his
mythosaurs.
alcohol kills them.
Oh, yeah.
We didn't know that, or I didn't know that anyway.
Nope,
How did you
I
know
told
that?
nobody.
I didn't tell
Uh,
anybody.
ingredient was
You
the
were just
lavender.
You were just talking about that.
No, he's
Oh,
he's
okay.
saying he
Failsafe.
remembers what you just said.
Okay.
All right, Judas, what have you been up to?
So, I didn't get a whole lot of time to think about like what Judas was up to, but I do know a couple of things that he would have done is obviously like really plugged into his role at the temple as what Voxel, right? Was the title you
I think
gave him?
so, yeah.
But because there were, so few Force sensitives on the planet, he didn't get to instruct on how to make lightsaber very often. So in between that, like he'd feel kind of empty for a little bit and would often approach Keel for like time to go search for remnants of the cults, which never panned out.
Unfortunately,
But
What do you mean?
when-
Fortunately.
You don't want to find a deadly force cult. You want them to be gone.
Yeah.
Nah, I just
It's
cast
called a-
Force
it's
Storm
called a
again,
hobby.
and then we're good.
That was not a
Do
safe
800
hobby.
billion damage.
That's a hobby if I've ever heard one.
Cult hunting. It's like storm chasing,
But deadlier.
but deadlier.
And more fun.
But I would imagine, and Cypher can deny any of this if he wants to, because it's kind of like on the fly after hearing some of the ways he described how like Mandalorians have plugged into the galactic community as things have gone. Like with his role as Voxel in the Torix, I would assume after about a year he would kind of get plugged into that whole like policing type stuff that the Mandalorians would do, and I imagine he would want to start counseling on any of the matters involving the Force.
Sure.
I mean, that's fine. Most of them are not going to know anything about it, so having somebody who has some information that isn't directly connected to the, like, that isn't in a leadership position at the temple, aka Keel,
Hi.
having somebody who can leave the temple more often would probably be beneficial for them.
And then I'd imagine he'd still feel pretty like empty and also regretful of not being able to protect Z. So one thing that he would definitely do not long after the battle is he would probably approach V after hearing the last will and testament and ask if he could help him rebuild Dizzy.
Yeah, you guys could do that.
And then the last thing that I
After
think that
3
he-
years, it's like, where is that robot? It's like in a box in storage somewhere. I don't know.
No, they would have found it during the
I mean,
Oh,
they
what's that
probably
called?
wouldn't have found it because he was destroyed during the
It
first
was
fight.
the first fight.
So it would have been, he would
Oh,
have to be
fair.
literally rebuilt from scratch.
Yeah, you're right.
But that's okay.
So, Dizzy 2.0.
No, it's
They-
Dizzy 12.
Dizzy
Well,
9000.
Dizzy 12, 9,000, whatever it is.
It's over 9,000! I'm sorry, Ryan. I had to get one more shot in the campaign.
I was gonna say.
I know. And then the last thing he'd probably do is after the Jedi would make the offer to make him a Padawan, and he would turn that down because he's like, no, not starting all the way at the very bottom. He knows some shit.
Am
he would
Voxel
probably
better than
see-
That one's
Padawan?
mine.
He
Here's
would
the down.
probably seek guidance in the Force somewhere else,
Yeah.
and he would most likely turn his eyes to Master Nej. If that would be a possibility.
Yeah, I mean, Nej would. Well, here's the thing: Nej is still an exile and an exile by choice, so he likely would not be sticking around.
Even on like
I-
Mandalore.
even on Mandalore, here's the thing: he didn't agree with the whole situation. He agreed more with Revan.
Yeah.
However, now that the war is over and he agreed to help you fight Nihilus, his agreement is finished, and he would have returned back to his exile, not for any malicious reason. He just doesn't want to be a part of
Yeah.
the big galactic politics anymore.
I think
Yeah.
Raiko would like keep in touch with him though, because they've known each other a very long time, and she'd want him to like know her son.
You would probably at least give him updates, and many times he wouldn't respond. Once in a while he may. So he's at least reading the messages, but most of the time he just doesn't.
He leaves you on red.
Bro.
Ooh, damn.
But he's an
not-
old man, I guess.
He's an old man, and he just doesn't want to be a part of it anymore. He's tired.
Fair enough.
And then last thing, he would go and finally take like speech lessons to become more confident at speaking, so he could. connect with
Congratulations, you
everybody.
can now speak Galactic Basic on a third grade level.
Speak Galactic.
Oh, dude.
Oh, man.
Due to Mandalore's deteriorating. Oh, and what Daito has been up to. He never sent me a thing. However, I would say that due to being the apprentice of a forge master, he probably would have continued his training, gone from an apprentice to a journeyman. and eventually have been given a forge of his own. Not the Great Forge, but one of the forges within the Great.
Let's go.
Other times, he would just go out and try and find somebody to kick their ass because, let's be honest, he's a monk and he is one of the most violent of the group and just
just
wants
likes
to have
fight.
some fun.
It's true.
Once in a
And
while,
throw
he just
rocks.
wants to feel his own blood.
Bro just wants to chuck rocks.
So that's what Daito has been up to. Due to Mandalore's deteriorating condition, Zay has taken up more and more of his responsibilities and has gone from War Master to basically a surrogate version of Mandalore. She has her own cape now. She is not the Mandalore, but has been taking over his responsibilities throughout the years.
You know what's so sad?
What's her title gonna be?
You know what's
He
so
is-
sad?
She is still the War Master, but it now holds a much bigger significance.
But
You know
like when she becomes the Mandalore, because like that's what's happening. What is her title gonna be?
Well,
She
you'll
gets
find
to
out.
Choose it.
Oh,
You know what's so sad though is like she had that conversation with Z about how she didn't want to like do this anymore and wanted to just like have a peaceful life. And
That is
no
big
one in the
sad.
party even knows that because it was only a conversation between her and Z.
Yep.
Correct.
So they can't even like help her with her duties or like they probably wouldn't even feel a need to help her with her duties.
Nope.
They
and
probably don't
because-
realize what grief she's going through right now
Yeah.
either, because like the only reason she was gonna do that was to be with Z.
Yeah.
Plus her
See-
plus personal peace stuff, but
He is still very kind to the party just because of what you guys have been through. However, to any of the soldiers or other people who are underneath her,
She is very cold.
she's very calculated. Not to the same degree as Cassis, because he was much crueler, but she is definitely much more straight edge and gets the job done. Her warmth has kind of dissipated.
But she comes over for barbecues on the weekend, you know?
She does come over and visit the party. She does come over and visit the party when she finds time, which is very rare.
I would also imagine that Judas feeling, the immense guilt of not being able to protect Z would probably, in his very awkward kind of like not direct way, always be kind of looking out for Zay.
She wouldn't need it.
Her
I
death,
know
her
that
death,
she wouldn't.
her group, the bodyguards, the Death Company, are literally with her at all times. They literally never leave, unless
She's like
in bed. That's it. But yeah, you guys are all sitting there as you're telling your various stories, and Mandalore gets to hold the child for one of the last times, and
Yeah.
he just tells you all how proud he is of all of you. How you all came to him as just a bunch of nobodies, some of you looking for protection, others of you trying to get a lofty dream, and even some others who were brought in by slavery alone. Yet you have all become such an integral part of not only the people and the culture, but his life at large. And many things have changed because of you guys, and he will be forever grateful. And for that, he has asked a request of the party. Due to being the last of his kind and following their tradition, a new Mandalore must be selected, and it must be through trial by combat.
I knew this was coming.
No.
oh, she's
There-
gonna surrender. Oh, she's
Therefore-
gonna surrender.
Therefore, one of the party members, he has selected Keel or Raiko primarily due to their prominence as one of them to take over his role.
Can I do it? You run the temple, I run Mandalore.
You run literally everything else.
To do that, you will have to kill him.
I know.
And he wants you to understand that he is not doing this out of malice. It is just how things are.
Right, I feel like, almost 5 years in the Mandalorian culture, based on the time skip and the time we spent in the campaign, Raiko would know that. She would know what she's agreeing to.
So, are you you're going to do it?
I mean, she's not going to be happy about it, but she will.
Okay.
I would love to kick your ass one more time, but I have my own role already.
You're
Raiko,
the Torque Prime.
As you stand at the bedside.
She's gonna cry when she does it, I want you to know.
I know.
You're crying now because you're doing
it. Man, she hasn't stopped crying since I made that meme.
You raise your blade. And he just smiles at you. He doesn't say a word. He just smiles. And as you're about to swing and take the life of your leader and in some ways surrogate father, someone barges through the front door.
Oh Lord.
And it is a Mandalorian in golden armor, and it is actually Vemin. And he says, and he goes, "Guys, I don't know what's going on. I'm gonna put a pin in that," because he sees Raiko, and he says, "Look, you know what? I don't see anything." And he like turns his head away and just goes, "But I have really important news."
What is it?
And you all need to hear it right now.
Say it then.
You know what? Fuck it. Why don't you come in? Z.
What?
Hey guys.
What?
I cast about 3 different force powers
I
at
cast
once.
a billion things to make sure that he's really there. Sorry,
Yeah.
hold on. This, everything, all the things. This.
Yeah. You use all of your abilities, and from what you can tell, give me an insight check at advantage.
34. You want to roll 2?
Dang, good roll.
It's Z.
How?
In fact, weirdly enough, he is carrying. It looks like he was just before he died. He's got all of his equipment, even the stuff that you guys are currently carrying on yourselves.
There's no way. It's like a force projection.
No, it's not. What's the last thing you remember?
Wait.
Janessa.
Wait. Z getting up out of the coffin.
Fucking Undertaker.
The Undertaker.
But yeah, from what you can
There you
currently
go.
tell, this appears to be the man that you remember 3 years ago.
Does he say anything?
I don't know. Do you say anything?
He said
I mean, he said
hi.
hi, guys.
I'm gonna be honest, my heart is pounding right now, Cypher. Oh.
Z,
How?
Go ahead.
what's the last thing you remember?
I remember getting hit, going down.
Okay, you did that a lot
then-
when we
and
knew
then-
you.
No,
but,
no.
Is this the last time?
The last time, and then it was just black.
How are you here right now?
When did you wake up?
We all
Probably about 10 minutes ago.
Where?
Where?
I guess, I don't know. There was a big statue of me, and it looked like a big old hall of former lead. Oh, and then he notices Mandalore.
Yeah, by the way, even Mandalore is looking at you like, what the fuck?
Who's holding?
What's wrong?
Who's holding
Hang-
the baby?
I am, I guess.
I am gonna tackle into Z. Like
Okay.
like a hug tackle.
Yeah, you
I'm
do.
not attacking him.
Yeah, no, you do. He's real. You feel him.
I would like for you to make like a strength check.
Check.
Yeah.
How's
That's
24?
that's pretty good actually. I don't know. Is that good enough to not fall over?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I could make acrobatics if you really
No,
want me
no,
to.
no, no.
That's a 19 on the die. We all saw you die 3 years ago.
Did you say 3 years ago?
Yes, it's been 3 years.
Oh yeah, you're super dead.
Yeah, you were like, yeah, even Ben was like, yeah, you were uber dead.
Wait, I'm gonna check something.
By the way, go ahead.
Do I know where Avo's buried? I'm assuming that we like
Avo's
visit
body was
her grave.
Avo's body was never recovered.
Never recovered.
But well, I guess that's where his body was. I need
Yeah.
someone.
I need
someone who was
explanations.
buried that we found. Their
I haven't
body.
got one.
Yeah, I mean,
I'll tell you this.
Hey,
Keel,
Cog, roll
you
a lore
have
check.
over the last 3 years, you've tried it.
No.
And-
I just want to force project to like the next, like other person that was Z's. Like
Any
Z was
person.
buried. We had his body. I just want to
Yeah.
see if anyone else was brought back.
There were other people we buried who.
Yeah,
had bodies.
you use force projection and you go and do a quick like as quick of a search as you can,
If
and
you're
from
gonna
the
do that,
looks
I'm
of it,
taking the baby from you first.
nobody else is back for
I just have
whatever
to
reason.
meditate for it.
He is. Everybody else is buried still.
What the fuck?
Yeah, he's the only one.
I don't know how this is happening. I am just as confused as you are.
So we can touch him.
And then
Hey,
other- I mean, I
hey,
just
hey,
hugged
wait,
him.
wait. Can I ask a question?
Sure.
What is Zay's reaction to all
I
of
was
this?
just about to get to that
Yeah, 'cause she's in there.
because I'm gonna tell you right now, it's like she's seen a ghost. And when Raiko gives you a hug and like you're not just a figment of their imagination,
she does not run to give you a hug. She tackles you.
basically.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
She's like sobbing.
Okay, do I
like ugly.
did I make
like,
another
ugly
strength
crying.
say or strength check?
No, you
Nah,
fail.
she's tackling you.
You auto fail that
Auto crit success for her to tackle you.
Yeah.
She's been sitting on
Auto
that crit
crit
for
success.
3 years.
Can we pause really quick? I just got a message that there are visitors downstairs. I will be right back.
Yeah,
Okay.
Okay.
5-minute break.
5-minute break. Go to the bathroom.
Yep.
Oh,
Cypher tried to steal my water bottle during all that.
Go get more
I thought that was.
Kleenexes.
I'm pretty sure that was mine, but it's
No,
whatever.
it isn't.
I
You
just-
you filled yours up downstairs and brought it with us when we went out earlier.
Yeah, but I was like trying to open mine downstairs, and it was like really, really, really smooth, and I'm like, this isn't mine.
Mine is super smooth.
Yeah, mine was opening really smoothly.
Is
It
it
was
still?
weird. Kinda,
Maybe it's just getting worn in finally.
maybe.
I can teleport to you guys' territory in once human.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Hey, Tanner, Holly needs you to answer her.
Okay, sorry.
You're fine. But yeah,
so
so
Zay tackled Z.
they tackled Z. She is like ugly crying. Like
Yeah.
it's
The best
Like,
kind of crying.
Like
I was
streaks running down her
definitely not
face.
ugly
Yeah.
crying while you were reading your will
Like-
and testament.
Were you
for
really?
the last,
No.
for the last
Liar.
3 years, this woman has felt nothing and has just done her job. Mostly because the way she read your letter was that you wanted her to keep trying And hopefully it found her peace, and that's how she internalized it.
So yeah, she is like
she eventually lets you up, but she doesn't let go.
I posted a GIF.
But
we can play that out at another time because
I need explanation.
I don't know. You'll find out.
Well,
Maybe.
well, this is
This
the
is
last session.
What do you mean?
Yeah.
I'll tell you at the end.
Oh, okay.
There's still stuff to do.
Oh, yeah, we gotta do the.
But yeah.
Now I gotta. Okay. It's
Yeah.
fine.
Well,
That leads me
Z,
to believe it is, in fact, not fine.
what you're about to witness is okay, Z, and don't overreact, okay?
He's
Yep.
like, what? And then Ryko does the thing.
Yeah.
Ryko,
Hi.
How would you like to kill Mandalore?
Before she does, I'm gonna try and say this without fucking crying. She's gonna, is he like laying down?
Yeah, he's laying in his bed with, like I said,
Like
he
a
just
hospital bed or like his bed?
like his bed.
Okay.
I hand him a gun.
Like he's beyond. He's
that's
beyond.
fair.
Let's
does
make
need
it
to be-
fair.
It
Yeah.
does need to be a trial by combat.
I was gonna give him a weapon.
Yeah,
He's
but
probably
my
got
gun's
his
more
tech
fun.
blade somewhere.
No, he's got his sword right
Yeah.
next to him.
Yeah. She's gonna look at him and like, obviously emotional. I'm not crying.
Mhm.
And say that you've always been like a father to me all these years,
I know.
and thank you for taking me in when
You're
nobody else would.
And he will offer to give Ryko a hug just to make it a little easier.
And she'll hug him.
And he'll since you have been selected, he will just whisper to you and he'll say, "You will make a fine Mandalore. I do not worry." Now,
Okay.
do it.
She's gonna ignite her lightsaber and I don't know, make it as painless as possible.
Well, there are two ways to make it painless. You can either go straight through the head, or you can go through the heart, but it will take a little longer. Those are your options.
She's gonna ignite her other saber and do both.
He's okay with a little pain. Leave
Yeah,
Wait,
that
but-
intact.
wait. Can I make a request?
What?
To make this as authentic a duel as possible, can Mandalore make a roll to attack at disadvantage?
Give him advantage. He's still not gonna hit her.
I don't think he can, but I'll tell you what, I'll roll 2d20s just to see.
You got a sheet.
I know I do, but I'm not going to pull it up because it doesn't matter. He can't hit you
Crit.
anyway. That's why I'm rolling 2d20s, because if it's a crit or not. Yeah, he missed.
I just wanted the
Yeah.
flavor. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
She ignites both of her sabers and plunges one in through his head and the other through his heart at the same time.
Yeah, the blade that he uses swings and just cuts like the tiniest bit of Ryko's hair as she brings the blades down, and the blade that he is holding drops to the floor, and the monitor that was, making sure that he was okay flatlines, and he is gone.
Fuck.
And Vemin stands there kind of awestruck at this whole thing, and then looks to Zay, who is still, by the way, holding on to Z, but she looks at him and nods. Vemin walks over to the side table and picks up Mandalore's helmet, turns to Ryko, kneels, and holds it up to her.
She's sobbing, but she takes it and puts it on.
and he puts his arm across his chest, fist over his heart, and says, "Hail Mandalore."
Hail Mandalore.
Yeah, Mandalore.
Hey, Cypher, can I ask you a question?
Sure.
Can we go to the other chat?
It's the last session.
buddy.
Don't do it.
I mean, is it really bad?
A
Excuse
little
me,
bit.
I gotta think of my Mandalore title.
Yeah.
I wasn't prepared for this.
Where did he go?
I
there
don't
he is.
even know. Where did? Oh, he went down to game time.
Oh.
Janessa went.
Damn, it's not one I have access to.
Oh, it's where our
It's
other
Chad's
D&D
game,
game is.
Yeah, no, I gotcha.
Literally.
Like that one's the most accurate.
Very
all of our,
accurate.
All of our like characters are like, yes, we're gonna have honor and be here and be somber but honorable with the salute, and all of us players are literally
sobbing.
screaming.
I'm fine.
I am not lying to you. I have tears like all down my face.
We know.
I'm sad.
Okay. But yeah. Raiko, what would you like your Mandalore name to be? Or I can give you one.
I was thinking.
I have
about
one.
this.
What is it?
Mandalore the Redeemer.
Ooh, that's so good.
Very well.
Oh, that's so good.
Then
That's a
from
sick
this,
name.
Zay then pledges loyalty and says, "All hail Mandalore the Redeemer." And Vemin does so. The Death Company, who were a part of this, say the same thing. And you hear an announcement, like it's loud, but an announcement that says, "Mandalore the Ultimate has been slain by trial by combat. All hail Mandalore the Redeemer." And you just hear the entire city, almost in unison, say it outside.
Keel kneels and does it, and then he grabs the baby's little hand and then makes the baby like doing the little Mandalorian salute on its chest, like
Oh
in a
my
little funny,
God.
cute way.
So cute.
He's like, "Good job."
All right.
I specifically
Anything?
do not say it or bow.
You're
Yeah,
not a
well,
Mandalorian.
You don't care.
Exactly, that's the point.
But unless anybody would like to do anything else, this is where I'm planning to end.
Judas cries as a free action.
Judas cries as a free action.
I've been crying as a free action all night.
I think sobbing is a
Alright.
little bit more than a free action.
Yeah, well, it's okay.
From this moment on, Connor, I know you're here. If you guys would like, Connor is going to go ahead and give you all DM permissions to look through everything if you so choose.
Ooh, yes, sir.
There's a lot of stuff in here, and a lot of it's all made up. I wish I
just-
could give you my DM notes, but I think I made one single session of DM notes from the very first session, and then I forgot to do it from here on.
The amount of things, you guys, that he just pulled out of his ass in this campaign
Oh, I imagine.
that just fit so well.
Well, I mean, to be fair, he
made
also had
total
to
sense.
react. He had to make it. He had to react to a lot of our bullshit too. Like,
Yeah.
I know.
Mhm.
Most of
All
it.
right, everyone in the game has DM perm.
What do you mean?
I just want to say, as a
Refresh
player, truly, this is the best campaign I've ever played in. And thank
Well,
you for
yeah.
running it for us.
yeah,
Um,
thank you, Cypher.
Yes.
Thank you
Thank you
so
Cypher.
much.
Now, I will go ahead and reveal a couple of things that you guys probably want to know. First things first, Keel.
Hi.
The feeling you felt, that hollow feeling, you didn't have a soul.
I had the idea, yeah.
However,
Your soul was relieved. And it returned to you.
Interesting.
Because V here did to take your place.
Wait, you broke up for a second. What did he do?
Z opted to take your place.
No way! Was that who I think it was then?
Heel, you were supposed to take over for Nihilus and
No
become the
way.
new Devourer, the Avatar of Famine.
Right.
However, Z's death, he was given a choice by the 3 other avatars to take over for Nihilus. To give you context, Z is on a timer. He has 10 years to figure out what he wants to do and make peace with his life. And then he becomes the new Nihilus. As there must always be 4,
so we're
and a
gonna have
force
to
of
kill
nature
him?
cannot be stopped. The difference is that Nihilus that you know of, I will go ahead and let you guys know, Z is aware, was a 9-year-old child when he became the Devourer. He had no real willpower and just did what he felt based on instinct. Z is older and much more man. He can resist it much longer, but eventually he will succumb to the same fate.
That's so
Interesting.
sad. I would like to spend the next 10 years finding ways to free him from this.
He has no idea that it exists.
Oh, so none of us know.
No one knows.
So none of us know, and one day we're just gonna wake up and he's gonna be Nihilus, basically.
Nope. One day you're gonna wake up and he is gonna be known as the Great Devourer and will vanish. He will not do any damage, but he will vanish. And the force of nature that he is will continue. That was one of the deals he made with the other avatars, is he did not want to harm any of his friends or family.
Can I tell them what my other choice was?
You may tell them the other choice.
So the other choice was, if I don't become Nihilus, then Nihilus as he was would return and be completely unstoppable no matter what you did.
Yeah, he'd have my body.
Well, no. You see, you didn't die. That was the trigger. So if Z had not taken over, Nihilus himself would return, whether it was, as I told him, whether it was 1 year, 500 years, or 1,000,000 years, he would eventually return more powerful than ever and capable of destroying everything and no one to stop him. So Z took the ultimate sacrifice and became the new Devourer to stop Nihilus's reign.
I'm sad.
Me too, dude! Okay?
He was
how long
dead
I've
2
been
seconds
sitting
ago.
on this? I have been sitting on this for like 2.5 weeks. Okay?
Bro, I live in the same house as the DM and I had no idea.
I know, I'm good at this, aren't I?
My heart is pounding, dude.
At least he gets 10
Pounding.
years,
Look,
which he
I just
didn't
want you to
have
know, I had a
before.
lot
He
of
did
things
not
on my
have
bingo
before.
card for tonight, and me becoming the new Mandalore leader was not it.
So a lot of this stuff. If there's any other questions or things people wanted to know, please feel free to ask. A lot of things didn't happen. A lot of things were subverted or cut because it didn't make any sense. So there you go. I'll explain anything if you want it.
I'm just looking at all of the sheets of the people.
Was Master of Puppets the Stranger Things inspired
Yes.
mechanic? Yeah, it was good.
Master of Puppets was the Stranger Things inspired mechanic. Whispers of the Void was actually inspired by the song Underworld from the Epic Saga. Because fuck, that's a good song.
Wait, I have a question.
Sure.
So there's Nihilus Unbound, but like there's Nihilus the Great Devourer and there's Nihilus Death of All Life. Is one of those like the Unbound one?
So it should say Unbound. It should be Unbound right below that one.
The Great Devourer is.
Yeah,
the,
it's just the Great Devourer. I just renamed it
Okay.
in the actual.
I
the
was just
actual
curious.
page.
Oh, I
Yeah.
could have just looked at the stats. I knew that. Yeah.
God, the Whispers in the Void mechanic was so
Can I just
good.
say it was so
Oh.
good? It made the fight so personal.
That was such a good fight, dude. Holy
Yeah.
crap.
You know
I had
what?
a great
I was-
time being absolutely savage.
I know it was
I
great.
had a great time listening to you.
You
be
don't
absolutely
you don't
savage.
understand. I just asked you guys to send me the things. I read the first of everybody's thing that you guys sent me just to
Yeah.
see if it was the flavor that I was looking for. A couple of people didn't have it, so I sent them some extra homework. If your flavor was what I was looking for, I read nothing. I wanted to be surprised.
Oh yeah.
I was
Wait,
so
did you read any of
mean.
mine?
I read the first one that you that was
Chad-
on the thing you sent me, and that's it. I read
Chad, no one
nothing
was
else.
no one was concerned about you completing the assignment. I was
Good
so
time.
mean, and like the first two people that went read theirs, and they were like kind of tame, and I was like, oh
No, they were
no,
like, "You're
I
a
went
loser."
too hard.
It's just
I
like,
went too
okay.
hard. I'm gonna hurt people's feelings. And then Chad went, and I was like, oh, okay, I'm good.
No, in all honesty, I wanted to do more. I just didn't have like the emotional or mental bandwidth to like do much before it started. And Cypher reminded me, like I think like an hour or two before the that session. I was like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Well, the teacher's late for his homework.
Got it.
Mhm.
Hmm.
Also, that is not all of the sheets or maps or anything like that. I have put many of them in the archives, so you can always go back and look at those as well. A lot of the sheets are in the archives. But yeah, I will give you guys context. This game could have gone on much longer. I had the entire idea that Nihilus was going to be the first of all 4 of the Horsemen of the Apocalypse. And the final fight was going to be all 4 of them as they were trying to release the dark side made manifest. So it would have been way harder than it currently was. But I said,
Oh my
you know what?
gosh.
I said, you know what? That's too much, even for me. I'm gonna back it off, and I just made Nihilus just way more powerful than he probably should have been.
It was fine.
Fair. It's fine. That
Dude,
was a lot of
It
fun.
was fine.
You did a great job.
Honestly, this campaign was so good, and I
This
don't
was-
mean like some aspects of it were so good. I mean like start to finish. When it kicked off in Onderon, it was like peak performance the whole way through. Like I never felt like there was any lulls in the story, or like
Well, I'm glad
all
you
the
think
players
so
were.
because I didn't.
Well,
There were
yeah, well, you have
many times I
imposter
went,
syndrome.
this is slow. How can I fix this?
But like, and all the players got like so invested in like the storyline and their own storylines and their characters, and it just was awesome. Like seriously, it was really fun playing with everybody.
If you think I'm not gonna try and do that on every campaign for the rest of my life, you are
Brian,
dead
this
wrong.
was a great beginner campaign.
This
for
was
you.
deep.
Oh, yeah.
Perfect.
This was the.
Oh.
I just want
I
you to
feel
know
bad
that you
for
are going to
you,
be
Ryan.
chasing that high for the rest of your life.
Dude,
Oh,
I
yeah.
know.
Dude,
Oh,
starting at
okay.
level
Cypher-
1 or 2 or 3 on another campaign is gonna feel like absolute garbage.
Oh,
Thanks, guys. I
garbage.
appreciate
Oh,
all
yeah.
this. As, anyways.
But yeah, no, I do apologize for being your first, but also
No, don't apologize.
No
to be
apologize.
fair, we were also Cypher's first.
yeah, true.
This is his
Mhm.
first campaign that he's
Good
DM'd.
work, for real.
Oh.
And fuck those
Yeah.
other guys.
Yeah, for real.
Every other campaign I have played, I have not we've not gotten to finish it because
Yeah,
like,
it
we
falls
just
apart.
weren't invested enough. It
Yep.
falls apart, but this one, amazing work, Cypher.
I will say there was a couple of other things that I wanted to do. I know at the very end I kind of skipped you guys 3 levels, which kind of feels bad on that moment. But
No.
I didn't have any
Nah.
complaints.
I will say I did have some background. I had a background for Judas and his sister, but unfortunately we never delved into that, so I cut that. We were also going to fight the cult prior to Nihilus,
Ooh.
but I ended up cutting that as well, just because, again, time constraints for myself. But I had a whole thing planned. The Arch Archon, you never got to really see her go full bore. But those sabers that
sorry?
she makes,
I'm
sabers
sorry,
that she
what
makes,
did you say?
full bore.
That's crazy. We never
she
saw
starts-
that.
She starts with 3. The sabers are immortal, and every round she puts 2 more out until she has 10. And then she
Oh.
just, yeah, and then
Dude,
each
even I could hold
saber,
them all
once
up.
10 are out, gets 3 attacks instead of 2. She is not to be fucked with. That was her plan. I'm really glad you guys didn't fight her on Mandalore, because that would have been a bloodbath.
That would have been a bloodbath because only
That'd
half
been
the party was there
horrible.
too. It was literally just
Oh,
KLZ
yeah.
and Judas.
I mean, we could have
That
fought
would've been so
her when we were all there, but it was still a bad
And
idea.
then Mandalore, his sheet as you see him, has basically been the same since the beginning of the game. I gave him just a couple of stat tweaks at the end just to hit, but that was about it. He's pretty much been bog standard since.
I do remember that, like, speaking of the cult, that we were hoping to have Zosum be a bigger.
We were gonna have him be a bigger threat.
What do you mean? The dude came back from the dead 3 times.
Yeah, so every one of the
Bigger.
every one of the extinguished had a special ability, which the Arch Archon, hers is that she got to control multiple weapons more than anybody else. Zosum is basically immortal, which is why he just kept showing back up,
What do you mean
because he was
basically? He literally came back to.
yeah,
Yeah.
he's literally functionally immortal, which is why I had to kill him at the end with Nihilus, because you can't bring back a soul if there's no soul.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There were plans for 3 other extinguished to appear, but I never found a good point to put them in, so
Yeah.
I never did.
Well, you're gonna have one for each of us.
No, not exactly. I had
Everybody's
one.
having an epic final battle. ACOG and the smart extinguished just had a chess match.
Yo, for real though, I actually.
What do you mean? ACOG would challenge him to sabak.
So funny you say
idea.
that. Me and Connor actually at one point in time dabbled in making our own version of the whatever, I forget what class you're playing.
Scholar.
The scholar. We were dabbling in making an opponent scholar who was going to work with Revan's team. However, I'm going to be brutally honest. I could already barely function with the 3 Jedi that Revan was. I did not want to try and balance a freaking scholar with it. It was just not going to happen.
I stand by the fact that Scholar is the class that should be added to D&D from the
It
start.
absolutely
It's
should
so
be. I love
good.
it.
Yeah.
It's
It's
so
so
good.
good, so
Insanely
fun.
good.
It's so strong while also not being strong at the same time,
Yeah.
unless
Like,
you know
super
what you're
versatile.
doing.
It's so
Mhm.
versatile because you can do like
It's
there's so many
versatile
different.
if you can play around it, but
Yeah. Well, and like they're not like spells, but like the things that you get. I can't remember. What
Yeah,
they're
the
called. Maneuvers?
discoveries.
Maneuvers.
The maneuvers are so good, and there's like 1,000 of them to
yeah.
choose
Also,
from. You
Tanner
can build.
check out my new deviants.
So, yeah, there was that. What else?
I do have a question, actually.
Sure,
Did you have a plan for Keel's mom?
I did.
Because Zosum mentioned it once and never came up again.
I did. She was one of the people that I was gonna have you fight when you guys went to fight the cult.
Mm-hmm.
I'll give you context. She was the Grand Priestess.
Okay, I figured as much, but
Damn. Who was your dad? Does it matter?
I don't know.
He was just a Sith dude who ended up getting killed during the Jedi Civil War.
Yo, can I just say the Great Hunt arc was probably one of my favorites.
Not
just
okay.
because-
Everybody
not-
loves the tournament arc.
For real?
Not just
First
because it was
I-
my story arc. That arc was perfect from start to finish.
I love
Mhm.
tournament arcs. First off,
I
but
especially.
second, it was my own personal challenge to come up with 7 bosses with completely unique mechanics, just as a personal challenge, nothing else.
There you go, Tanner.
Dude,
I
the amount of-
especially liked the part where the tentacle came out of the swamp and grabbed Judas when he couldn't see in the middle of the night.
That was so dumb.
That was funny.
The whole being blind thing sucked. I legitimately thought that I had like I'm pretty sure I thought I had dark vision or something, as a Zabrak, and I just did not.
And then we gave you the freaking night vision goggles.
And then we forgot.
We
We
did,
all
and then he
collectively
forgot,
for like
yeah.
2 sessions.
I was like, here's this rope, hold on to it, follow us around.
Oh my god. But seriously, having seen Sim go through a lot of this planning process, speaking as a DM, the amount of time and effort and thought he put into this fucking game is astounding. Like,
Thank you.
I will
Sincerely.
I will give you guys context. Connor has been pretty much there the entire time, but right about after Korriban, I pretty much started leaving him out of it. Because I wanted to see if I could do it myself. And there have been when you guys found Freycheck for the first time, and you were like, oh, how many chiss are on the ship? And I said how many were there. Connor came running over, looked at me and says, how many are on that ship? And I was like, don't worry about it.
Yeah, Connor was still living here at that point, and I heard him stomp into the office and was like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Because I'm pretty sure Cypher and I were still sharing office at that point too. Yep. And I was just turning around like, what the fuck is going on?
No, like, in fairness, it was just like, you two literally, I thought we were going to send in like a squad, like 10 guys.
I was
like an army.
150.
Yeah, dude. I was like, there's no way a squad of 10 dudes is managing a carrier. Like, the carrier's gonna be a lot of dudes.
Go big or
so
go home.
I sent in like, I don't know, 40 or 50, and Connor was like, what?
Yeah, at that point I was like, all right, know what? It's like at a certain point I was like, know what? I can't keep up with this shit.
Trust the process, Connor. Trust the process.
I know. I learned that eventually. But that is something I will personally miss, is the fact that when I was still living there, me and Sim would just be like, okay, we're gonna go and talk about Star Wars, and we would just walk around the neighborhood.
They had
like
to,
3
because otherwise
hours.
I would hear them.
Also, our I feel like Sim's neighbors think we're crazy.
Probably.
Just talking about
100%.
random shit.
They're right.
But yeah, the number of times I will tell you guys, I think the number of times I reworked Nihilus's mechanics, I could have, if I had $1 for every time I reworked Nihilus's mechanics, I probably could have gone to Gen Con this year.
Wait, say that again?
If I had $1 for every time I reworked Nihilus's fight in the end, I would have been able to pay for Gen Con.
Hey Tanner, you hurry up to my house. You can see my Chephosaurus Rex making food.
Chephosaurus Rex.
That said, I will say one thing, Sim. Next game, I'm getting in on this.
We'll see.
I want to fucking play.
It's probably gonna be a while for me because I'm tired.
So
Take a
fair.
break. You deserve
That
it.
is so fair.
Lot of
Good
burnout.
job.
Burnout is
all
why
the
I
time.
ended my campaign early.
What are
Did
you
you
laughing
see my?
at?
Did you see the one that I posted up there,
Yeah,
Katie?
did you see the one I just
I did.
I can't see.
This is Chephosaurus Rex.
Oh my god.
Jeez.
Oh, dude.
Oh man,
Oh.
that was. I had the thought, and I was like, I gotta make it.
I got another one.
I
I
also
got
found
another
the
one.
cat and
Make it.
the and I got the where is he? Paper doll. Here he is, paper doll.
Dude, I love
But,
this campaign for so many things, but the idea of like having a meme channel, like live meme channel, is just revolutionary to me, and this has been so great.
But on a slightly lighter note, I would like to say thank you to everybody. Like Katie said, this is the first campaign I've ever run, and for a very, very long time, even to the moment that you guys were fighting Nihilus, I was like having such bad like imposter syndrome. I felt like there was I was doing everything wrong, that there was no way everything was actually the way it is. So I do appreciate everybody for being here, playing the game, sticking with me. It's been a very big morale booster. And I really can't say thank you enough. It's been fun for me too. So
Good
I
work,
appreciate it.
man.
It has been fun for him. The amount of maniacal laughter and stuff while he's in his office blasting scary, ominous music has been concerning to witness a few times. But like for real, and like I tell him it's good all the time, but I feel like he just is like, oh well, we're getting married, so you have to say that. But like, no, for real, it's actually good. And like
Yeah.
at one point, like
He's right. You do have to say it no matter what.
Yeah, but I say it and I mean it. And
I'm
like
gonna tell you
around
guys.
Onderon,
Yeah.
right around Onderon, he sat in the living room and was like, I don't know where this campaign is going, and I think I'm just gonna tell everybody I'm gonna
I
cancel
was having
it.
a mental breakdown, and
I
I
was
was
like,
gonna quit.
no.
You have to
Literally,
go through
I-
that a couple of times when you're making
Yeah.
a campaign.
I legitimately was terrified that everybody being my friends were like, oh yeah, it's good, and behind my back were like, no, it fucking sucks, get out of here.
Bro,
And I was just like having my own mental crisis. I was gonna quit. That was my first time that I was gonna quit. A couple of other times I was gonna do it too, but you know,
I just
again,
have to
that's why I'm
say-
saying thank you to you guys, because like it really does matter to me that we did this and that you stuck around. So again, like it's a big thank you for me.
I have never in my over a decade of playing D&D seen players as a whole be this excited about a campaign throughout the entire campaign.
It has been so fun, man.
Like everybody was always super present in their roleplay channel. People were in the voice chat talking about Star Wars. When like on days we didn't have sessions, people were at other D&D games talking about Star Wars. Like,
Oh yeah, that was also a big thing. I'm really sorry about that, Tanner. I promise you that was not what I was trying to do, especially when you were running your game.
For what?
I was like, guys, let's not talk about the Star Wars game, please. We're here to play
you
Tanner's
can tell by
game.
Tanner's response that he didn't care.
No, not really.
Tanner was also talking about it.
Probably, yeah.
I know, but there were days that I was like, guys, we're here to play a different game. Shut the fuck up.
Like people cosplayed their characters. Like it's a, I don't know. I've
I know,
never
that was
ever
wild
seen.
for me.
Yeah, it was a huge.
That-
When you combine
that was
things
awesome.
like D&D and Star Wars, you're going to either really hit or really miss. And I think
This was a
we hit
bad
it.
hit.
huge
I want.
hit.
I will say I am working on, and it's very loose right now, but I'm working on a kind of Star Wars micro campaign.
Attaboy.
Whoop.
Hell yeah.
Everybody starts somewhere.
Also,
Don't do
I
what
would
I
like
did.
to say a special
No.
thank you
Nah,
to
do it.
Tanner. I want to say a special thank you to Tanner for recording all the sessions so that
Yeah,
I can go relive this campaign for the rest
Yeah.
of my life because I plan to.
Now it's on DD forever. On YouTube forever.
Yeah.
I guess while we're on the topics of thank yous, thank you everybody for letting me jump into the campaign like in the middle of it too, and for accepting me into the group. This has been a shit ton of fun, and I'm super excited to have like been a part of this experience too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Ryan joined kind of in the middle too.
Yeah, he did.
So I like from the overall timeline though, Jake definitely jumped in at
Was in
like
the middle,
point of
yeah.
it was
Yeah, in
the
the
point of no
middle.
return.
Honestly, though,
For
like
sure.
your character joining
So-
where he did was so seamless, Jake.
I
Like
was
it
like
just
so
fit.
pivotal. Yeah, that was like honestly the way that it all
I
worked
love
out
how
was
that-
crazy.
I love how that went from like, hey, I know we haven't talked in like 2 years, but I'm in town, let's hang out, to, oh, you want to play a random NPC in my Star Wars campaign, to playing in the
Yeah,
rest of the
right.
campaign.
Yeah, Judas was not supposed to be a character whatsoever.
No.
He was just supposed to be this one-off character that was supposed to die a horrible death because it was supposed to be funny.
Mm-hmm.
And
But then he
my-
lived.
which is why his name is Judas of all things.
Right? As
It was
like a
entirely
samurai.
Judas.
And honestly, one of the like funniest things is if you guys can actually just look at it. If you look at like my force powers, I have a shit ton of like at will force powers and like level 1 and 2 force powers that I shouldn't have because I was an NPC and I just like made
Yeah.
the character
Oh,
sheet
yeah, from
based
the
on like the
NPC sheet.
NPC. And when I was like finally flushing out the character, Cypher and I were like, do we get rid of these? I kind of already canonically used some of them in this session.
I want to see everyone's
That's
character
super
sheet,
funny.
actually. I'm going to look through these.
Have at it.
Chad's
Oh, I care.
features. Holy shit.
Dude, I know.
I had a
Where's
lot
my
of
character
shit, dude.
sheet?
There was
might
a
as well
lot.
be a spell. At that point, might as well be a spell list.
Honestly,
Mhm.
I'm shocked you didn't just put it in your spell list.
I thought about it.
I just stopped putting all of my equipment on my sheet eventually because the
I
list
have
was
the
getting
I have
so
the features
long.
all organized in a specific way.
I made
is fine.
I made an
same.
Excel spreadsheet to manage my equipment.
Oh my gosh, Chad's equipment list is so long.
Bro, it's yeah.
You have
The
to like I
number
don't
of
keep track of
times-
everything.
Look at
Yeah.
I mean,
Um,
The number of
proof of
times
that is-
Chad
Would just message me and be like, "Hey, I want to do this thing," and I was like, "Go on."
Bro, we all know that
And then I had to like justify and explain it to him, and he's just gonna like, yep, and I can tell he's like, he's not sure
Chad.
if this is legal, but we're doing it.
Chad, nothing you did was legal, but here's the thing. I was like, by rules of cool, as long as you can explain to me why it should exist, I'm down to give it a shot.
We love
That stupid ass grenade never should have existed. But I was like,
But
fuck
it
it.
was
Oh, yeah.
What's the worst that
awesome.
could happen?
Bro, we all know that you keep track of everything, Chad, because of disassemble.
Mhm.
I completely forgot about disassemble. It's been fucking like a year. And then he pulled that shit out, and I was like, oh, right.
Everyone go look
I
at my
forgot about
masterpiece of
that.
Croc sheet.
Yep.
I'm so proud.
Oh.
Dude, honestly, I feel like ACOG
His
was
AC
just
still says
sponsored by,
16,
like,
lol.
Lucid Chart.
No,
And he
it's
has
Daito
nine-
2.0.
Yeah,
That's
I'm
your
on
point.
that.
Oh, what? Why did he change that? Should be 41.
99 temporary hit points.
I'm a
Yeah. So, the Unbound Nihilus had 99 in every stat.
Yeah.
He was a
No,
problem.
Daito has 99 temperate hit points on his sheet. Don't ask me why.
Jeez. I don't know.
I'm assuming he was like tracking health there or something.
I'd assume.
I used all of his text boxes to make him notes for things to remember.
He has proficiency in every saving
Yeah,
throw.
that's
Yeah.
monk.
Yeah.
That's just base monk.
Monks.
That's just monks.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
just monks.
and he burned a
I've
key
never
point to get
played one yet.
advantage.
Oh my god. Crazy.
Yeah, no, monks get Diamond Soul, which is just they have proficiency in every saving throw.
It is like it's a level 14 thing, so they don't get it right away. But still, that's nuts.
yeah.
Yeah, I was looking through his stuff and I was like, holy shit, he's got a lot of
Oh,
good
his
stuff.
move speed is 60?
Yeah,
Yeah.
his
God
move
dang.
speed
Monks.
increases
I feel like
as he
he-
levels up.
I feel like that was wildly underutilized.
Yeah.
he
so
could fucking
so-
fly.
here's the thing
He also
with
has a fly
Crocs.
speed. Crocs has a fly speed.
Yeah, Crocs has fly speed. Here's the
And a
thing with
swim
Crocs. Monks normally for me are like super OP. Especially if you have a person who knows exactly what they're doing with them. I
Mhm.
didn't worry about it because it's Crocs.
Yeah, his
I
step
love
of
Crocs.
wind ability at 11th
Nah.
level.
Don't get me wrong. I love
I love-
Crocs. He's
I
a
love
good
Crocs,
person.
and that normally, you know, I would just let him play and be happy to be here, but I wanted him to live through the fight. So I was like, please give me your sheet. I will fix it up for you.
I was just like, Crocs. So Crocs actually was the first one to communicate with one of the 4 avatars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
His patron is literally the avatar of death, which is why you guys were able to resurrect people, and why he had an extra life.
Is that my initiative?
Yeah, I wanted to know what it felt like to roll over 20 on initiative.
I wanted to know it. I wanted to know what it's like to be
God
good.
damn. That's so good. Notice how I have like almost no 5th, 6th, and 7th level spells.
Yeah, you don't. You just don't.
I can't cast them more than once a day,
You
so...
see my spell page?
No, I don't want to. I'm gonna be
It's
jealous.
hella full.
Oh,
I
I'm gonna go
I
check
don't get.
that
I
out.
also don't get as many powers as you do.
Yeah,
that's
that's
true.
so many.
Yep.
God damn.
I'm
a
opening
lot.
it still. It's loading.
Also,
I have to say, really big Sag moment when you were like, "I'm gonna use Wish," and immediately busted it.
Dude,
Yeah.
the wish that you
Oh,
made.
bro.
If I had
that
more
you
than one
made-
wish, this campaign would be
No, but-
completely different.
Dude, the wish that you made was so good though. Cause do you know what your like linked thing was gonna do? Did you ever tell him, babe?
I didn't tell him.
Can I tell him? Can I tell him?
If you want to, but I don't think you know the whole thing.
Okay, fine. You tell him.
Okay. So
I wish
I
you
told
made
you
was fucking
I told you
nuts.
I told you a brief tidbit of it.
Yeah.
But basically, first things
Ah,
first.
damn.
Any healing
Well.
done to any party member, Nihilus would have healed the same amount,
Sure.
regardless.
That's the main
So
reason.
the-
I did
Oh,
it.
that would have been such
Removing-
a long fight.
Yeah.
Removing the healing was super good.
I
you guys.
Tanner was like, I don't want to be here for another 3 hours, so I'm gonna.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's fair.
that was huge.
To be
though, 'cause,
fair,
I mean, if you
Tanner,
think
I
about
didn't
it-
say it at the time.
I know
If
you
you
had a
hadn't,
thing.
I have neuroblock that I could use every turn because
Yeah.
I have unlimited stratagem use now.
Doesn't he have to make a
Okay,
save for that
good.
though?
No, that one you
No,
just
it's
do
just
it.
automatic.
If I hit him, it works.
But the second thing, specifically for Keel, because you shut off his healing, this never went through. But anytime you guys healed him,
Like
he
heal?
would have taken double damage. No, healed Nihilus. He would have taken double damage because he just is an entity that takes damage from healing.
Oh.
Direct healing. However, if you healed Keel, he would have healed twice as much HP instead.
Oh no!
Ooh.
Yeah,
bad.
which like really, if you hadn't shut that off, I don't think there would have been a way we could have killed Nihilus and not let you die.
And it's not from players either. It's any source of healing on Keel would have dealt,
Including
double.
the Starforge.
Yeah.
Including the Starforge.
Damn.
So you literally
Um,
saved your life by making that wish.
Yep. Also, if anybody decided to kick the shit out of Keel, Nihilus would have also taken double damage.
ACOG did shoot him with a shotgun.
Oh,
All the time.
This is not written on Unbound Nihilus, but I will tell you guys, if you, Keel, if you had said, fuck it, I sacrificed myself to Unbound Nihilus, the fight would have been over immediately.
Yeah, well.
It was entirely possible to end the fight immediately.
Yeah, but like four people in there like hates about Keel were like, he's such a emo, he'll sacrifice himself to save everybody. And I'm like, no, I wouldn't. I've grown up. I'm a big boy. I would never do that. And I was like, I could literally do that at any second. This fight.
I
would
know.
literally
It's
block
almost
it.
like we know you, Tanner.
You literally could have done that at any second, and I'd have been like, cool, the fight's over instantaneously. I was just
Bro.
like, he's never going to take that bait, but it is there.
Mhm.
I felt so mean in mine, especially like I told Z that he just like tries to follow the party around like the annoying little brother.
Yep.
I got about halfway through mine, and I was like, I could have been a little nicer.
Nah,
And then I just
that
kept
wasn't the
going anyway.
assignment.
That's not the assignment, Chad. The assignment
Correct.
was hate.
I also ripped on Judas super hard too.
Hell yeah. I mean, Judas
So did
deserved
Z.
it. As a character, Judas totally deserved it.
Yeah.
He was
Yeah,
not meant
no.
to be super likable or anything.
He wasn't like he
I-
never really made any moves to like make friends with the party.
No, and that was like one of his biggest like character flaws was that
Yeah.
he literally does not know how to connect to people, so he would just never make the attempt.
Yeah.
Yep.
And
I
I
was
know
very
his
proud
attempt
of
was like
everybody.
sharing his backstory with us.
Yeah. I was like, I really wanted to, but I was like, it literally doesn't go with like what I've
The
built
character
Judas to be.
personality. Yeah.
I know, and it's like it kind of got rough a little bit because I was like, dude, I don't
You
know.
put
how
yourself
to,
in a
like...
bad spot for
Mm.
roleplay.
Yeah, well, because also every other campaign that I've played in has like fizzled out after like 3, 4, like 5 months max, and then this went on for a year and a half, and I was like, shit, I didn't know I'd be doing this for so long.
Yeah, bitch, I was going to make this work. I was going to make it work whether you all liked it
Dude,
or not.
everyone wanted to make it work though. Like that's the cool thing.
Yeah.
Everyone was invested in it the whole time.
I know.
Usually people like in my experience in D&D campaigns, usually like 4 or 5, 6 months in, people start falling off and they stop coming as frequently, or they're late, or they just don't have the same interest level, and that like never happened with this campaign.
The
Yeah, none of us have
RP
lives,
chat.
so we were all here every time.
Yeah.
The RP
Ouch.
chat kept my motivation for sure.
The
Wait,
RP
say
chat
that
was
again?
so fun.
Oh my gosh, the RP was so good.
Yeah, that's
Seriously,
what kept
I
my
love
motivation
that.
up. Like every week, I was like, because even if it was a slow week and people would only post like every now and then, it would still be like, instead of waiting a full week, we'd get a bit like 2 or 3
Yeah, we
days,
could
every
advance
2 or
the
3 days.
story in the off time. It was
You know,
so good.
at some point, I guess I could just reveal the Kiko chat to everyone, and they could just read through it if they want.
I don't.
Yeah. I'm not gonna.
I said
but
if you
appreciate-
want.
I appreciate the opportunity.
There isn't like anything really like story important in there.
I don't think so. But yeah,
Like,
Katie and I
Ryko
had our own
revealed-
chat.
Like,
The
yeah,
whole
we
game.
talked
Not
to each other in there during sessions and
Yep.
stuff. Like, well, and Ryko like revealed to the party that she was at Chiss in the RP channel.
Mhm.
That was so yeah. That
And
was
everyone
that,
was in the voice
that-
chat for that on not a session day. That was awesome.
that
Yeah.
part was,
That was
like
funny.
that was one of the biggest peaks of the entire campaign for me, like in the off weeks. That was such good RP, dude.
Thanks.
I think one of my favorite parts of the campaign that never happened was actually the fact that and I'm gonna out you here for a second, Ryan. You basically created a level like 18 character when you wanted to come in.
You,
With
Oh,
like
Oh,
No
I remember that. Yeah.
you want to know what's so
His
funny?
secret agent for the houses, and he's like a bounty hunter for
The
the houses,
secret agent
and I'm like,
for the ascendancy. He literally, without knowing it, wrote the character that would be hunting my character.
Yup.
And
I did.
Cypher was
Oh,
like,
yeah,
I'm gonna
that's
tell you, you
right.
can't play that. I'm sorry, because Ryko at that
Well,
point in
and-
the campaign would have just left. I literally would have had to make a new character because she wouldn't have
That
stayed
silence was so loud.
Because like that was we were on Onderon like
Mhm.
when Ryan joined, the party like was just starting to get to know each other. Ryko didn't trust anybody, and if a Chiss ascendancy like secret ops agent showed up, she would have fucking run.
Been like, we're out.
I'm gonna be honest, I would have had a hard time writing that backstory though. Like there's a lot out there on the Chiss. There is not a whole ton out there on the Chiss though, on like the other flip side.
Oh, there is.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a ton, but like
You just
I
gotta
feel
dig.
like the backstory
your
for Z
main-
came so easy to me.
Yeah. I loved Z. Like I know I give you shit, and I know Ryko gives him shit, but like I love the character you made. Honestly, I love everybody's characters, even ACOG and Judas, even if Ryko doesn't like them too much.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah,
everybody's characters were super cool. I had a great time. Like I've learned a lot both about the game itself and about like DMing and stuff like that. So it's been a fun time.
Yeah,
you
fun
did,
fact.
dude. I cannot overstate it. You did so good.
Literally.
And
Yeah.
I know that's coming from a first timer. This was amazing. This was so good.
Yeah.
To
So
be fully honest, as an outsider, I thought that you had been DMing for like 10 years.
nope.
I
Yeah.
was shocked.
Everybody that I show these YouTube videos to thinks that you've been DMing for like 10 years, babe.
Oh,
I still find your Sunday games reaction super funny.
I knew
So
you guys
good.
would love
I
that.
remember D100
Hey, yeah, that's-
games. That's a
that's
D20.
a-
What?
That's a topic we need to cover with you right now, Katie. Are you going to join another campaign right now or not?
What do you mean?
Because you're in like 50 bajillion different D&D campaigns.
Cypher's
Are you
not
gonna-
running another game.
I'm not running another one for a little while.
No, I
He's gonna Take
know.
a break.
But I'm asking, are you,
Are
Katie?
you replacing your Wednesdays
Yeah.
or something?
Oh, with what? I don't
That's the
know.
question.
so
No, I don't have
Katie-
any plans to.
Katie and I agreed that we're gonna slow down on campaigns because there's stuff we have to just do in reality.
Real life.
Like, you know,
Reality is
getting
boring.
married and having kids and
Skill
getting a
issues.
house and, you know, working out and actually taking care of ourselves. So we're gonna slow down on games only just so we can like focus on ourselves
Yeah.
a little bit.
Love it.
I'm essentially down to like 2 games, I think now. Well, until I don't know when Tomes is gonna pick back up the Pathfinder game because you know they
Yeah, I
just
don't know
weren't.
either.
But like I have Chad's game and I have my Sunday game and I only have 1 session of Bone Keep left and then I'm down to 2 games. So
Nice.
I know, but no, I have no intentions of picking up any other campaigns. If anyone wants to run like one shots and stuff, I'm down for that. But I don't want to do any more like full campaigns for a while.
As of today, I'm not in any game,
You're running a game.
You're
Yeah.
running a game.
but I'm not in it.
You're in Tomes'
What do you mean
vacation
you're
on a
not
mini
in?
hiatus.
And Holly's.
That
Yeah.
hasn't started yet.
It's on
When is she
Saturday.
starting that?
So
Is she starting that?
yeah.
Oh.
Just in the background, Saturday.
Did we get booted? Did Cypher and I get booted?
We're doing it in person.
Well, she said she was gonna run it online so Cypher and I could play.
That's fine. I'm fine with not being a part of it. Not an offense, Holly. Just
I'm
doing
offended.
my thing.
What the hell?
Katie, you just talked about how you needed to get less games.
Yeah, but I told Holly I wanted to play in that. I already made a character for it.
Move to Utah.
Well, I'll just get right on that. Well, I'm sad now.
I mean, to be fair,
Move to Utah. It's a good solution.
let her figure out the campaign because we're also playing with her brother and her sister-in-law. So
Okay.
it's like 2 brand new players. So we have 6
Oh,
players
is it
total.
gonna be?
Supposedly,
Are
yeah.
Okay.
So it might be like kind of a rocky start, and then once she gets her campaign all situated, then she'll probably just rerun it with you guys when you're available.
That's fine. We're gonna. I've been telling Katie that I'm kind of in the middle of trying to figure out what my next game's gonna be anyway. Like, do I want to make it another Star Wars game? Do I want to run like a mega dungeon, like Tower of God, or like
Oh,
Sword Art
Tower
Online?
of God would
Bruh,
slap.
Dude, I'm
Or-
gonna start watching that kind of soonish.
I'm
Or do I
letting
want
season
to
2 get a
do-
little ahead. I want to watch season 2 so bad.
Yes,
Yeah, I want to too.
So
Is it
bad.
coming out already?
A few episodes are already out.
Oh,
Oh,
don't,
shit,
why'd you have
that's
to tell
fast.
me that?
I'm assuming it's subbed
Damn.
though, right?
It is subbed right now.
Sub, yeah.
Yeah.
Cypher, a
Um,
Tower of God style like series of
Yeah,
one
dude.
shots would be unreal.
Oh, it's not one shots. It'd be a whole ass campaign. Like it'd basically be Tower of God, but you know, with my own spin. Or the third one, because I've been doing a lot of listening to it, is actually just doing the Odyssey.
Oh,
the
Homer's The Odyssey, because that shit is
Oh.
wild.
yeah.
Yeah,
Dude,
actually, you know
he's
what?
been
That
listening
probably is-
to the music for the musical that's coming out. It's like really good if you guys haven't heard
Epic?
it.
No,
Yeah.
I haven't
Yeah.
even
Yeah,
heard of
I've
it.
heard. I think I have every song from that on my playlist.
Yeah,
Wait,
it's,
yeah.
So good.
I want you to know,
Dude,
like all
I-
the underworld stuff super inspired Nihilus' fight.
oh
I
yeah.
believe it.
Literally,
Heck yeah.
literally the whole thing inspired Nihilus. Like
Dude,
I was listening
so
to
good.
it was so good. I
Okay.
was listening to Underworld, the actual song, and I was like, and that song literally inspired the idea of Whispers in the Void. Because I was like, imagine them fighting this guy, and then all of a sudden they just start hearing the sounds of the dead or their friends telling them how useless they are and how, all the things they hate about them. And I was like, wait, I have an idea.
I have a question, or I have not a question. Yeah, I guess a question. It's a campaign idea that I just had.
Oh, hey,
Okay.
So Ryan's
So-
running a campaign.
No, not anytime soon. I just had an idea, and I want to see if it's even kind of viable. So you'd roll,
Condor
you'd
is- Oh. No, go ahead. I was just asking Condor about it.
basically you'd roll for your characters, and then you get to choose a quirk from My Hero Academia based on your class, race, and subclass.
The answer is yes. There is a
Ooh.
superhero RPG.
There is a
system.
superhero RPG system for
It
that.
is not
Sick.
available, Jake.
There's a
Ooh,
whole
okay, I figured.
there's a whole TTRPG system called Mutants and Masterminds. That's all about being superheroes.
That'd be sick.
If you ever, I have like a lot of the PDFs if you want to take a look at them.
Maybe.
I have all of the books for Avatar: The Last Airbender RPG.
Oh,
same.
that's
Connor
so
does too. That
bad.
system actually looks so cool. I would play that.
It's interesting. I've run it once. It's very interesting. Very, very involved with roleplay mechanics.
Maybe it'll work a little smoother than when you tried to give me earthbending.
I mean, Justin Files was fine.
It
But it's a
worked
lot-
ish.
Yeah, no,
but
it's
there
a
was
lot
a lot of
smoother.
homebrew stuff that was a lot to put on you.
Yeah. Well, the thing is with the Avatar, like Last Airbender, there's not actually any mechanics to bending. It's like here's the type of action you want to do, then you do it. So it's
Oh.
Yeah.
yeah, it's like, oh, I want to prevent him from moving. Well, do you prevent him from moving by like buffeting him with air or like making him sink into the ground? It's not I throw a rock
Okay.
at him.
Yeah.
But
Earthbenders should absolutely be able to kill any single person in that show,
Oh,
except for the
absolutely.
Airbenders.
Airbenders are broken. Earthbenders are
Airbenders
strong.
just because they can
Firebenders are
literally
boring.
fly. Earthbenders, all the firebenders and all that, they're like dancing. Nah, just open up a pit beneath them and bury them. Like, what are they gonna do?
Yeah.
Honestly, in the grand scope of things, I feel like firebending's like the weakest bending.
It really is.
Especially in
It's just scary because it's aggressive.
Yeah, but literally, waterbenders can use the fucking moon, dude. Like, I'm sorry, you lose.
Good day, sir.
I just like one thing that I felt like could have been better utilized with like the swampy locations in Avatar is them like using the humidity.
Listen,
Yeah, that would have been kind of
yeah.
cool.
Listen, I
Right.
really
Look, living in Florida for as long as we have, we know what kind of
Right.
fucking bending that can do.
East Coast waterbenders are broken.
listen.
They're
I
waterbending.
really wish that instead of being born in the South Pole, Korra was born in like the middle swamp with those waterbenders.
That would
Oh
have
my
been fucking
God.
cool.
BT
Those
He
are
would
Dubs,
be such a
hilarious.
cool swamp bender too. Let's be honest.
BT
Oh,
Dubs,
yeah.
did you guys hear that they're making a third Avatar show?
Yep.
Yes, I'm
Oh,
pumped.
It's
Yeah, it's gonna be
it's an
earthbending
earthbender.
based.
Hell yeah.
You know, I didn't like Korra, so
I didn't either.
Okay. Okay. I didn't watch Korra when it first came out.
neither did I. And then I tried to watch the whole thing, got halfway through the first season, and was like,
I
don't care
enjoyed
about
it.
Korra.
I actually
Korra
enjoyed
has
it.
the
I don't think
personality of Aang.
it deserves
yeah.
half the hate that it gets.
Here's the thing. It was
But
following,
it doesn't deserve half the
following-
praise it gets either.
It was following like Avatar: The Last Airbender, which was huge shoes to fill. That show was masterful. Obviously, anything they made was never going to be as good.
I also
Season
think
one. Oh,
I also
ahead,
think
Gibbs.
a big part of the issues with Korra are more so related to production issues with
Yeah.
the network than really with anything else about it.
They basically had to
could
make self-contained stories each season because they didn't know if they would be renewed or not. So there was never an overarching arc like
I personally
Avatar did.
think, yeah, I personally think that season one does get the hate it deserves. Season two, they tried to expand on some lore, and like I feel like they took a risk, and I don't think it deserves as much hate. It's still not like good in my opinion, but season
Yes.
3 and 4 aren't bad.
Yeah, no, season 3 and 4 actually are really good. Season 3 is my favorite, honestly.
I
You know-
haven't seen it, so I can't say anything about spoilers for those of you who are going to watch it. Apparently, so I hear that they basically made it so that everyone's a bender now,
Not necessarily. Basically,
Most people know.
and
Well, not
everybody can
most.
be any bender.
no. So, from what
No.
I
No,
understand,
thank you.
basically at the end of season 2, a bunch of spiritual shit happened. And in season 3, the big plot point was that airbenders returned. Like, basically, airbenders start awakening across the world.
Yeah.
And that's why the main villain was an airbender.
Which is fine.
Yeah. I have no
But
issues
like
with that.
on a slightly different note, you want to know what my problem with that whole show was? Here's the thing: when you do a show or any sort of project, you have to take risks, and of course, some risks don't land. That's a normal thing. I fucking hated the fact that instead of just being an avatar just being super cool, they made it some sort of weird spirit thing. And I just and like the moment the spirit thing died, it was like, all right, Avatar's done. I hated that.
I do really like in Korra. I liked that we got like a lot of the backstory of how the Avatar was created. I thought that was cool.
Yeah.
I loved that part. I just didn't like the
fact that she lost the connection to all of her past lives forever.
Yeah, functionally that is honestly like it literally killed Aang. And it's just like
That
okay,
and like
maybe
the next Avatar only has Korra to advise them.
Yeah.
Like that
like-
sucks for the next guy.
Yeah.
I think like that's one of the things that came from like what Condor was saying of like production stuff, where it's like if they had known they would have more seasons, I don't think they would have done that. But they were like, this will probably be the last one because season 1 wasn't as successful as like we really thought. And they really probably thought that it was going to end at season 2. And so they're like, let's just do that. But since it continued and got renewed, they're like, oh shit. Because they have, right? Isn't there in season 3 and 4, they have some things where like, oh, I hate that. 5-4, the game ends. Don't they have moments where Aang is advising Korra in season 3 and 4?
No.
I thought
They do not.
did. I
Aang
don't know. I
was
guess I
kind
might
of-
just be conflating it.
Yeah, no, it's in seasons 3 and 4. There was basically, well, it was just Korra.
Hmm.
But there's, hey, look, I finally hatched a mudkip again.
Yay.
No, I think that the thing is that Tenzin and them made a resurgence in season 3, and Tenzin actually did encounter Aang
Yeah, in the
in the
spirit world.
Yeah.
And Iroh, I believe.
Yeah.
No, that was Korra. Did it.
Korra saw Iroh.
And that was so wholesome, but it was not him.
Yeah, no,
No, it wasn't.
It's sad.
Another shiny.
Yeah, but at some point, probably once my class is done for this semester, I do want to run one shots in a bunch of different systems, not D&D, mainly because I'm kind of tired of D&D 5th edition at this point.
Boo. I like 5th edition.
I don't.
We know.
I like Star Wars 5th edition though. It's like a nice middle ground.
Because it's Pathfinder.
It's basically
became Pathfinder.
Pathfinder.
Yeah, I think after playing this, I would like joining a Pathfinder game.
You would.
I love Pathfinder.
I'm trying to figure Pathfinder out still.
If Kips is going to get into another game, it needs to be something wildly different theming wise than Pathfinder.
All right, Cypher, you set the bar high, so whoever is DMing next in our group has a nice
Big shoes
ball.
to
Yeah.
fill.
I do apologize for that.
Don't ever apologize for that.
Dude, listen. You set the bar high, but again, it's no longer going to be the Mercer effect, it's going to be the Cypher effect.
That's not what the Mercer effect is.
Don't think so.
No, isn't the Mercer effect just like everyone trying to go to such an insane standard?
No.
Yeah, no.
It's basically like,
There are certain
everyone-
things that he does that everybody thinks, oh, this is what you have to do in D&D.
yeah, every
Such
DM
as, like,
needs to be able to
How
do
do you want to do
voices
this? Or they have to do the
and
voices and they have to do all that other stuff. Yeah.
implement backstory into every session and basically have
Yeah.
to run the perfect game and have a perfect
Run
DM.
his signature phrases and his own rules.
Do
and all that.
voices, do them well.
Be a professional voice actor. Yeah.
Have a full production team.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So, can Kips ask you all's opinion? Kips got a DNA splicer on this new, well, relatively new Endless run.
Should I stop recording now?
Probably.
Oh, you've
Yeah.
been
Recording this whole
recording?
time?
We kind of just went from D&D to like Korra
Avatar?
and Avatar and now
Yeah.
Pokemon.
Oh, like,
Yeah,
yeah, you could end this
Kips
anytime.
assumed that you stopped recording to begin with.
Yeah.
Oh, what's up, Condor?
Oh, not much. By the way, look at my bench.
What? Okay. All right. You already almost have a 3-star Cho'Gath.
Hello?
Holly!
In the first round.
Hi,
I
Holly.
know, it's kind of nutty.
All right, for our
You're
3
still gonna
viewers
win,
on
though.
YouTube, farewell for the final time. Goodbye, Katie.
Woo!
Goodbye, June.
All hail Mandalore the Redeemer!
Aw.
All hail Mandalore!
Oh, wait, do I still have the Mandalore?
And all fear Z the Devourer.
I have the Mandalore sound. I can play it.
Yeah, everyone play their favorite soundboard sound.
Dude, I got some fucking banana bread at work today. Hell yeah. Geneva Convention, more like Geneva Convention.
Amazing.
Oh, I got it.
One more Cho'Gath.
3-star Cho'Gath.
You're kidding me, Condor. It's only 2-3. You already have 3-star Cho'Gath.
Fuck it, I'm going all in on Cho'Gath.
Oh,
Okay.
I also have the one for Keel.
Yes,
Wait, who
please.
played the
Oh,
Atomic?
yes!
Ah. As I say, as far as I know, only you and I know about that, Tanner.
Yeah.
And it's so good.
I thought I had the, like, ultimate
And we
Crusade
should force
song.
Cypher to watch it.
I know.
Do you not
Cypher
have
would
that
love
on
it.
here anymore?
Cypher
I
would
also have
absolutely
one that's called
love it.
Z's Gun.
What are we
No.
talking about?
Oh,
Oh, what's it called?
Yes. A classic.
A classic.
Yeah, I guess we got rid of, like, my ultimate AI song thing for the Ultimate Crusade.
Oh.
And replaced it with, like...
Keep a little girl under my pillow for
all this bullshit, just like...
Wait.
To be fair,
I can't believe... Are you still recording, Tanner?
Yeah, I am.
Okay, we gotta play this one.
Oh my god. I forgot that was in there. Oh man. Oh, also a recurring one.
You're gonna look at me and you're gonna tell me
Thank you, Holly.
That should be my soundboard sound.
For real.
Huh?
Hold on, give me a second. My prescription?
Oh, are you looking for Judas?
No.
Okay.
Give-
Identify the dog, over.
What the fuck did I just watch? What the fuck did I just
Oh, I
watch?
know what she's doing. Okay.
That's from a Badger video.
Let me see what you have.
The missile is very tired. He is eepy. The missile has had a very long day of splashing bandits.
Oh, and for our assault on Terrace.
I'm gonna kill you through the magic of friendship
And
and this
this
gun
gun
I
I
found.
And for our assault on Terrace.
Yeah.
Oh,
Dude.
yeah, baby. That's so good. Whew. Dang. Such a good campaign.
So good,
Oh
dude.
my gosh, dude.
Great job, Cypher.
We love liberty.
Oh, also some honorable mentions.
Into your head, spit a Birdman verse.
Oh, I
What?
also especially loved playing this when Daito died.
Head, spit a Birdman verse.
I want you to know I added that for the next time that Dizzy inevitably got destroyed. And then it didn't happen, and then Daito died
then
first,
God
so I
died
was like,
instead.
well... Oh, and we have Ryan's favorite.
Don't you dare.
Scuff.
Amazing.
Oh, man.
Another one.
Oh, and we have a new one.
Brother.
Someone's mad. Go cry
Go cry
about
about
it,
it, bitch. Are you just going through the ones in my server?
No.
Oh, and also Judas's favorite one.
Favorite. That's just his normal mentality.
I know!
Oh yeah, I know.
The amount of times I used that soundboard on you, Jake.
I know.
Or this one.
Damn,
He thick!
We were missing that in last session for sure.
I played this in last session.
That timing was perfect.
I will endure 1,000 deaths.
Before I yield.
The bong sound. We love the bong sound.
I posted a song.
Yeah,
that
everyone
all
needs
of
to
you
listen to this
will
song. Mostly
listen.
Cypher, I think. And
Katie.
Hold on.
And
Cypher,
Katie.
Oh, and Katie.
The
Yeah.
show we need
Well-
to show you though. You need to watch with Tanner and I is called The Eminence in Shadow.
I started watching that with you.
Skill issue.
Yeah, we need to
It's
finish
so
it.
funny.
It's so good. It's incredible.
The main character's just so edgy.
Yep.
It's so good.
It's the
I
so
could
point.
cut
funny.
myself on it.
It's the point.
Wait, what, Cypher? You
I said he's
support
so
yourself?
edgy I could cut myself on it.
Oh yeah, that's the point of the show. It's
All right,
so
what's
dumb.
this song now?
I'm watching it.
We gotta end with the nut.
I still have that.
If you don't like
I
that
still
stuff,
have
I'm
the,
sorry.
Oh, I do.